Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Friday, and welcome to Indie Variety Night! Yay! I'm really super excited about this one. Like, really excited about this one. Just like Vesti, who was so excited he made 3 really terrible jokes about it. But I'm glad you're here. Yeah, tonight we actually get to take a look at Anodyne 2, which is releasing this month. I'm not sure when specifically. Yeah, hi Vesti, what's up, buddy? I think it's gonna be like in the next, well, I mean, that's the point of them, isn't it? You didn't think they were good, did you? I think this is launching sometime in the next week or two. So, but the developers are super cool. I didn't even ask for a key for this. They were just like, here, check it out. And I was like, yay! Because I really like the first Anodyne. If you have not played the first Anodyne, definitely go and check it out. I'm sure it gets really cheap when it's on sale, but it's a really cool, kind of old school Zelda-style adventure set in these really creative dreamscapes. I don't know a whole lot about Anodyne 2 other than it's got this like PS2 3D aesthetic, PS1 3D aesthetic. I guess we'll see. So yeah, very curious to see how the transition to 3D worked for this one. I have very high hopes after playing Risk of Rain 2 and seeing how much better that one worked after moving to 3D. So, what's up, Hieronymus? Evening all, evening to you too. Yeah, I hope everybody's good with everything. I had a pretty good week. Busy, but I feel like I'm totally back to normal now after my vacation. I'm all settled back in. That stupid cold that I had is pretty much gone, so I'm medicating it with some rosé tonight. So wonderful. This came in a really cool ass bottle too. Check this thing out. Neat. It's French rosé. My wife didn't like it very much, so I got to finish it. Anyway, hey Rask, what's up, buddy? I'm just doing the preamble before we start. So yeah, we're gonna do Anodyne 2. We're gonna do this for at least an hour, possibly longer, because I'm really interested in seeing how it's turned out. After this, we're gonna play this other game that I'm actually even more excited about, if you can believe that. An indie pixel art fantasy airship management sim called Merchant of the Skies, where you fly around in like cute little airships and trade goods to fish gods and giant carrots. And I emailed these devs like months ago. I was like, as soon as they announced their game, I'm like, this is amazing. I really want to check this out. I want to review it. And as soon as they had a build ready, they sent it to me. So it's out now in early access. So Yeah, I saw that in Discord, Hieronymus, that you got back in touch with your friend from high school, yeah? Your cell phone. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Returning to from Toronto tomorrow. Not excited. No, I wouldn't be excited for customs. I'm never excited for customs when I come back from Japan. And I don't, like, we don't even have a problem. We don't have anything to declare or anything, but it's just like, yeah. Oh, grade school, yeah. So yeah, Anodyne 2, Merchant of the Skies. For the last hour, we're going to pick out some titles from the very first Spooky Games series and take a look at them. Tonight, we're going to do some smaller ones. I want to do 2. When we get to that point, 11 p.m., we'll have to talk about what games you want to see, because I got some options. We've got good cutesy games, and we've got bad spooky games. So we'll talk about that. I also want to talk real quick about the schedule while we're getting before we get started. So I've decided to loosen up the Wednesday streams. They've been seasonal streams devoted to whatever review series is coming next, but I wasn't real happy with the way Wednesday's stream went. I mean, it was fine. We had a really good time. But I don't think people were very interested in the games I was playing, and viewership didn't really tick up until I switched over to Eldritch, which is a game from the first Spooky Games, not the upcoming one. So I'm gonna go back and I'm just gonna pick out the most promising games from this year's Spooky Games lineup, and I'm only gonna do those on Wednesdays. And it's not always gonna be spooky games. I'm also gonna do some of the original spooky games, like full plays. I'm gonna do like Lone Survivor. I'm probably gonna do the Amnesias. I'm gonna do some other really fun stuff. So yeah, and then we might do some other like non-seasonal stuff, like if I just feel like playing something. So yeah, we'll talk more about the schedule as the evening wears on. So I think we should probably get right into this before I yammer away the beginning of tonight's stream. For a second, I thought my controller disappeared, but I just hid it behind my computer because I've got so many wired things here. Bring back less Canadian booze with you. All right, new game, low game settings, and then a whole bunch of social media stuff, which is smart because as I have found out myself, it's really hard to get people to follow all your bullshit online. That's not a knock against any of you. It's just, it's for everyone anywhere. It's really hard to get people to click on things and pay attention to things. So we will use this file, whatever file this may be. A warm breeze fills the air. A paper floats by and comes to rest on the ground. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It is a letter. It reads, too warm. Summer 2019. Hey, that's now. Dear player, oh, that's me. Thank you for playing Anodyne 2, Return to Dust. It is somewhat of a spiritual successor. It has narrative and thematic ties to the first Anodyne, but features a completely new world and characters. That is to say, the 2 games can be enjoyed in any order. Good to know. I was a little worried if this was going to be spoiling anything from the plot from the first Anodyne, though its plot is kind of a plot in a very loose sense. At times, the world of Anodyne 2 may be a strange or confusing place, but at its heart is a story of human struggles and relationships. Now, come on! Let's go on a curious and wonderful journey together. Those are the developers. 2-person team. Figure with stringed instrument. Some say that life is a circle. Madness! All things grow from a point, a center. Everything to come was already here. It melts out from a tiny capsule, like a sponge in bloom. The beauty is to witness the true shape of the primordial point, its fractals unfurled to their limits, the atomic, indivisible tips of its tentacles. Time, after all, is a looking glass, an illusion, and yet the truest way to see ourselves. Stunning words as always, friend. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. The one we are here to meet is barely a baby, not yet hatched. We must lead her gently, hang on a sec, into the bright light of the world. Hey, listen! Hey, Zezbo-san. I'm just gonna lower the level on this real quick, because it does seem super loud. Oh look, our precious Nova seems to be stirring. The following are the first words that Nova will ever hear. In time, the contents of the speech will fade into obscurity, but she will never forget first hearing this voice. Ah, yes, this voice, so fragrant, so beautiful, that Nova felt like crying. Had she been blessed with tear ducts, perhaps she would have. You may have forgotten how hard it is when you first realize that you exist. Nova certainly felt that now. But when she heard this creature speak, she thought perhaps it might be worth it. Nova, Nova, can you hear me? Take a deep breath, my darling, then open your eyes. I can't do the figure with a beautiful voice justice, really. It's not. From the darkness, an orange glow, and from the silence, the crashing of waves. Hey. Get up, sleepyhead. Oh, that's convenient. There she is, still a little woozy, are you? Don't worry, it's natural to feel disoriented when you first gain consciousness. Child, your name is Nova, and you're an extraordinary creature with the unique ability to shrink to microscopic sizes. It'll come in quite handy, as you'll soon see. My name is Palisade, and I'm here with Sea Psalmist? Together we will serve as your caretakers and your guides. Palisade the shield. That sweet voice. That sweet voice, though. Definitely lifts. We'll fight for you. Awesome. Yeah, their name is Sea Psalmist, the musician. Dedicated songwriter. Awkward around kids. Kind of a nerd. Mommies? What an excellent question. Caretakers and guides. Okay, much clearer. Would you like to say hello to Nova, Sea Psalmist? Greetings, young Nova. It is I, Sea Psalmist. I'm speaking to you from outside of your egg. Space, after all, is an illusion. It could be likened to a looking glass. A looking glass is a mirror, by the way. I used to think it was a telescope or microscope. It does sound kind of like that, doesn't it? And when you think about it, it's a piece of glass that you look into to, like, look back at yourself. Reflecting glass. I don't think I really need to litigate the terms from mirror right now. Thank you for that enlightening clarification. Now, Nova, as Sea Psalmist mentioned, you are currently inside of your egg. In order to hatch and truly begin your life, you'll ride the Hatch Line monorail that leaves from the top of the hill. But you can only leave here and obtain the sacred Glandulock seed. For now, you may think of the Glandulock seed as your ticket to ride. First, speak to the 3 yoke figures. Each yoke will give you a special item that will prepare you to host a Glandulock seed. And speak to the Chalaza tree at the highest point on the island. Go get him, Nova. Left stick to move. Right stick rear triggers A to jump. We can double jump right from the get-go. Oh, we can jump and we can double jump and glide right from the get-go. Sorry to tell you all of that once. If you forget anything, check settings menu, control settings. The Albumin Shore. Okay. Whee! Oh, that's nice. That feels really nice. Oh, I can shoot sparky things too. Well, this seems pleasant. Can I swim? Can't really swim. So yeah, the first Anodyne, if you never played it, it's pretty high concept. It was very much in the Zelda vein. Like, the adventuring and the puzzling was very much Zelda. The story pretty much just came through in the little snippets that you got from the NPCs, and they all kind of read like non sequiturs. So it was really more of a story that you felt rather than like fully comprehended. This I'm not sure about. It seems equally high concept, but in a different vein. Like, there is gonna be a more, like, a bigger core plot to this. Strange figure is silent. Is it alive? No wonders. Nonetheless, its gaze beckons at her. Enter my round golden pate, it seems to say. You shall find a part of this complete breakfast. Yeah. Okay, that takes me back to Anodyne 1. Because some of the dialogue you would get was really weird. It seemed like a total... It seemed like Dadaist, like total non sequiturs. Yolk and Nova's fate begin to resonate. The presence of a new nanopoint is in the air. Spark this being and reveal its nanopoint. Shrink forth cleaner Nova. Interact with the environment by firing off a spark. You can enter the nanopoint by shooting the spark repeatedly. What the what? Yoka, what? Yokwanda the Yolcrow. Wowee, our very own cleaner has come to visit. Oh gosh, and I'm the first nano friend she'll see. Boy howdy, gotta keep it together and remember my lines. I hope she comes over here and presses Y to talk to me. This is like original Anodyne. 2D top-down adventure. Hey there, Nova. You've shrunk inside the microscopic interior of the yolk of Yummy, the most important yolk of the day. Here you'll find provisions to keep your future Glandistock seed happy and healthy. Cool. Rock. Welcome. Rocks are surprisingly diverse and come in a number of shapes and sizes. Though by defying fate, many of the rocks here look the same. Be sure to talk to all of us. In Anodyne 1, you would save with those. Okay, skip. Oh, no, you wouldn't. You'd save at checkpoints. Spin that top. Haven't had that much beer. More of a white wine person. Brands of taste I prefer Sapporo. Me too, Rask. I greatly prefer Japanese beers in general. I think of them, Sapporo is probably my favorite. Nova will love our Centerberry Burst cereal because it contains trace amounts of 17 micronutrients and center recommended ratios. And Glandistock Seed will love its patented crunchy cool taste. Okay, I've got something I can do. These all say A, but the A button doesn't do anything at the moment. What if we had a Glandistock Seed of our own? Eep, never mind me. We may talk a big game in the yolk of Yummy, but the development of delicious and nutritious crispy puffed comestibles is all we know. Rock. There are some colorful rock-like obstructions blocking your path. Try using your nano vacuum to suck stuff out of the way. Hold X to suck in objects, press X to shoot them back out. Okay, cool. So it goes in your little holding thing, and then you shoot it back out. Pum. 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 Hang on. Hey, wait, Nova. I'm a helpful Yolcrow, not a deadly dust virus. Please just talk to me. Okay, hang on. Wait a tick. Okay, that's just gonna impact on there. Is there one down here? Go-to beer that's at every bar is Guinness. Guinness is I'm not a fan of dark beers. I cannot do it. I like lighter stuff like Blue Moon. Boop. Sometimes rocks get in the way, but other times they can be very helpful. Don't paint every rock with a broad brush, is all I'm saying, unless you paint them really cool. A lady at my church painted a rock so it looked like a tiger with little whiskers and everything. Pretty neat. I really enjoyed the writing in Anodyne 1. There's some really cute bits in it. Congratulations, you're truly deserving of our greatest A Glandilock food. Cartoon characters will suffer many fraught encounters due to the high quality of our Centerberry Burst cereal. We can tell you will be a good steward of your Glandilock seed. Gimme. I found cereal. One of the 3 elements of nurturing. With it, Glandilock seed will have all the carbs it needs to make a home in Nova's head. This is weird. Hey, Cragger, what's up, buddy? Good to see ya. Hate pale ales. Don't like amber ales. To each their own. Yeah, I'm not a dark beer guy. You're not a light beer guy. Such differences make the world go round. Pew, pew. I really like these 3D sections. They look really cool. I think they managed to nail the kind of pixely like PlayStation aesthetic without making it look like garbage like the actual PlayStation did. I'm sorry, I was not a fan of that era of 3D. You have to go hard on like the Silent Hill 1 imagery to get me to get nostalgic for that. I never had a PlayStation 1, and I had an N64, and I sold it after like 3 games. I didn't sell it, I gave it to a friend. Like fruity flavors, dark beers, generally very smooth. I feel like light beers can be really smooth. Alcohol liquor I've tried tasted like hops or like a really harsh bitter taste. Black and Tan is half Guinness and half Strongbow. Oh, okay. I'm trying to find something that tastes like something. Hieronymus, I don't know if you tried any really sweet wines like Moscato or the one that starts with a C. It's literally cut my fucking head. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, I will enjoy a good PS. I played a lot of PS1 games. I tended to prefer the ones that were like just really fancy 2D, like Symphony of the Night or Final Fantasy Tactics. They're really and there are PS1 games that really like stuck in my psyche, like Jumping Flash. I played Jumping Flash once at like a mall kiosk or something, and I loved it. Like, I absolutely loved the way that game felt. So it's just, in general, I felt like the more people tried to do with PS1 graphics, the worse it looked. Like, take the Final Fantasies. I thought Final Fantasy VII looked fine. I thought Final Fantasy VIII was an okay progression from that, but some of the stuff looked really muddy. I think Final Fantasy IX looks terrible. I think they tried to do too much with PS1 graphics, and I can't make out what anything is in that game. Yeah, I know that's not going to be a very popular opinion here, but hey, who's playing the video games right now, huh? Second yoke figure sways in the breeze with a profound sense of chill. Dude, it seems to say, riding the Milky Waves. All right, nano point it. I wonder if there's going to be much puzzling or even combat in the 3D sections of this, or if it's really just a way of moving around between these 2D worlds. Honestly, I wasn't even aware that there were 2D segments in this game. I thought it was going to be full 3D. Sippy Yoke Robe. Yo, Nova, welcome to the Yoke of Sippy. Some people say that a Glenstock seed ought to drink 8 dewdrops of our homemade Sippy Yoke milk per cell cycle. We here in the Sippy zone think you can chill with the math and just go with the flow. Glenstock seed is like a direct line to the center. You dig? Just keep your mind open, you know, and the answers will find you. Interesting. Wanted dust virus, Mr. Spiky. You may just sit there, but this virus has been shouting some very rude comments at our poor Yolkrobes. Try shooting a block at him and be sure to suck up any dust he might leave behind. Interesting. Oh, I don't want that. I want you to come to me. I want you to go away. Okay. It's interesting. The monsters in Anodyne 1 were also dust themed. And you had a broom. Your weapon in Anodyne 1 is a broom. Nothing like a little sippy yolk milk to make those glandostock tendrils grow deep and strong. Just ride the... I clicked through that too fast. Just ride that high, Nova. Ride that high. Okay, I'm glad I didn't skip that. Ultimately. Mild-tempered slime. Don't be fooled by their adorable gooey exteriors. If left unchecked, these pesky ruffians can cause serious illness in the body of their host. Unlike Mr. Spiky, they are safe to vacuum up. Usually either drink water, skim milk, or caffeine. Oh, interesting. Honey lemon water in the winter. I drink a lot of juices. I'm a big proponent of orange juice. I drink apple juice when we have it around, but we usually don't. We don't keep any soda here. My wife doesn't drink soda, and it's better if our kids don't. You always cut it with water, really? That's interesting. Nova, you made it to the yolk milk, of course. You just relaxed and let it flow, am I right? Found the sippy yolk milk, one of the 3 elements. Have all the government-approved nutrients needed to spread far and wide inside Nova's head. Yeah, okay, what is this glandustock seed? Does your kids drink box juices? Why, because they're like all sugar? Trace amounts of arsenic and lead. Yikes. Yeah, we just get big bottles of stuff. Big cartons of orange juice and big bottles of apple juice. I grew up on those, that explains a lot. Oh, Cragger, I don't know what you mean. we want our children to be better than we were. There's a weird sort of... You can get hung up on things in this game. It's kind of odd. Oh, it's actually an invisible wall. Okay. It's preventing me from falling off the cliff here. Not really a big deal. Just very noticeable. Yes, everything does have trace amount of arsenic, and here in California, there was a proposition that voters voted on ages ago about whether or not all carcinogens should have to be labeled in any kind of consumer product, and it passed. But what nobody realized is that literally everything has carcinogens. So every single store, every single shelf, every single fast food place, every single everything in California has a little sign on it somewhere that says, in accordance with Prop whatever, the state of California has directed us to inform you that such and such contains trace amounts of carcinogens, da 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 da. Interesting. Suffer from depression. I think some of the links to are heavy metals in the bloodstream brain. Wouldn't be surprised if that was a part of it. Huh. Lead in drink boxes. I had no idea. That's very interesting. I mean, thanks for sharing. It's good to know. Definitely. I don't think we have any juice boxes right now, but I'm cutting them off. Cutting my kids off. Final yolk figure seems to gaze upon Nova with a warm yet analytical eye. Yes, it seems to say. Perfect host in need of a perfect reguloid. Alright. Fate resonates, nanopoint in the air, spark. Zappy. Yolk of Cozy. That's cute. Welcome to the Yoke of Cozy. Yes. Are you feeling comfortable? Yes. We've carefully trained these reguloids to adapt the local atmosphere to your body's precise partialities, temperature, salinity, acidity, lugubrity, and so forth. I'm really appreciating the writing in this game right now. All the characters have very distinct voices, and each of these areas, each of the different yolks, has a very distinct tone. Hyper Crispy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You're just in time. We're getting started with Anodyne 2. Yes. A little, it's just that particular verbal tick. Just the yes, good. Like they understand that phrasing has like a cozy connotation to it. It just sounds inviting to the ear. Whereas the last one had a more like chill stoner vibe to it, which I mean we're all familiar with. So yeah, they have very distinct voices in that game, and that's something that a lot of games don't really do that well. Such things are quite necessary, however, as the old saying goes, glandular seed cannot live on ingestion alone. I'm guessing you're... Oh, no, I can talk to you. Reguloid. Woof. Temperature 36 degrees, Yoken height. I'm not a stoner, take that back. We've discussed this before, I have never smoked weed or done any kind of drug in my entire life. But God knows I've had a ton of friends that have, so I'm plenty familiar with it, thanks. more than willing to own that. Michael, I get my parenting advice from Twitch comments. Can you think of any worse idea than that? Let Twitch chat decide how to raise your kids. It's the reason serial killers were big in the 70s and crime rates have been falling for the last 30 years. That's interesting. Chasm separates you and those darn dust viruses. You're too far away to suck them up, but perhaps there's another way to get rid of them. So I can't... Gate, ow! Gate, ouch, watch it. You're gonna chip my paint. If you want me to open, take out your aggression on the dust viruses instead. Bloop. Bloop. Give me that. No, I want it. Oh, I guess the gate will open once they're gone. Thanks, buddy. Sorry about the incident earlier. Man, I gotta say, these streams are always very educational for me. Specifically. Excuse me. I'm about done with this cough, but my throat's still a little scratchy. Woofer woof woo. Air humidity level 5%. Success rate for a fish trying to breathe. Okay. Thomas Midgley Jr. has a lot to answer for. So I can suck these dudes up. Oh, that's cool. Just smash them against the gate. Or the rocks. Or anything, really. Oh, okay. Oops. Can I suck? Oh, okay. I didn't actually mean to do it that way. I was gonna chuck them into each other so I can get crystals. I have no idea what those do. Tetraethyl lead was created in the 20s to help car engines from catching. Shit poisoned the air with massive amounts of lead until it was banned in 76. And after that, he made chlorofluorocarbons. Oh, thankfully, he died an agonizing death. Well, at least this story has a happy ending. I love happy endings. Can I just... Okay, that works. I love that you felt the need to paraphrase that. Don't worry, Cragger. We're all friends here. We know. Global warming is the single greatest threat facing humanity on the planet at the moment. Yes, indeed. It is time for you to have reguloids of your very own. How beautiful to become a home. May your head always be a safe and warm resting place for the precious Glandus Ducksteed. Yes. Oh, we got polio. Yikes. Golden summer light dappled by oak leaves, the scent of freshly bruised crabgrass and dandelions. An unexpected cool breeze drifts in from across the lake. A tawny rabbit sits up and sniffs before hopping into the bushes. That was beautiful. I have no idea what its relevance was to anything, but that's Anodyne. Beautiful writing that you're not always going to be sure of the purpose of. Actually, because of climate change, you're not allowed to be mad about it. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder, Vesti. Definitely not about competing game storefronts. Nova found a Reguloid, Personal Edition, another of the 3 elements of nurturing. Reguloid will adapt Nova's head in the perfect environment for a thriving Glandalox seed. This is starting to sound like some aliens shit. Like, I'm gonna let this thing in my brain and it's just gonna, like, hollow it out. Oh yeah, and human rights abuses. How could we forget? He devised an elaborate system of ropes and pulleys to lift himself out of bed in 1944. He became entangled in the device and died of strangulation. Wow. Press Y, save game. We did it. We saved. Is there anything around here? No. Hopefully later in the game, ledges and side paths like that will have special stuff secreted away upon them. Floop, floop. Oh, look at this really kind of horrible squidgy looking thing. Chalaza 8. Ah, Nova. After all this time, we meet at last. Nova. What were we talking about? Oh, right. I can kind of see some Earthbound influence in the writing of the Anodyne games. I'm the ancient Chalaza tree, keeper of the sacred knowledge of the Albumin shore. From the day you washed up on our shores, I have chronicled your journey, and oh, what a journey it has been. Reflect with me upon the sweet and daring stories that now drift upon the hazy river of the past. Do you remember the blustery, cereal-obsessed yoke of yummy inhabitants? Why are we recapping the last 10 minutes? The laid-back denizens of the yoke of Sippy? How about those kind and conscientious caretakers of the yoke of Cozy? I've laughed, I've cried, I've prayed for your wisdom to bless your decisions. Your thunderous triumphs and your arduous struggles shall be etched into my branches for all eternity. And now you have arrived here at the pinnacle of Mount Vitaline, from which one can survey the furthest reaches of this expansive land. Have you the 3 elements of nurturing? Ah, wonderful, then my epoch of anticipation is complete. Nova, I grant you the Glandulock seed. How's that thingy? Click. And now, Nova, it is time. Already I can feel my power fading. The age of albumin draws to a close. Quickly, Nova, lay yourself down upon the hatch line. With the last of my energy, I will send you to the great beyond. Pshum. Glandulock Seed was my high school nickname. Lucky you. I'm not telling you mine. Achievement unlocked. Birth. The chalaza is structured inside bird and reptile eggs and plant ovules. It attaches or suspends the yolk or nucellus within the larger structure. Yeah, I got the feeling this was all, like, all of these terms had something to do with, like, reproductive elements, either humans or other creatures. This has a fixed camera angle, which I think really works for this particular scene. I know Zara's a fat bastard. Well, at least you were normal. Center Sanctuary. Oh, hey, it's, what's this? What was this? What was it, what? Palisade. Nova, you made it. I'll tell you all about that device soon, but for now, come over to me for a quick chat. Okay, we get up here. There you are, darling hatchling. I knew you could make it. Welcome to Alive. Congratulations, you're alive now. Nova, you're in Center Sanctuary, the dwelling place of the center. The center is... well, it's hard to explain. The center is the center. It created all of us along with our world, the island of New Zealand. The center is like an artist, and we are its painting, a beautiful expression of its vision. The center is everything, or rather, the center simply is. Our lives are like shadows cast by the center's true form, which will one day become apparent. The center. It's the center. Creator of New Zealand. Painter, shadow, puppeteer? Question mark? Literally everything? Several question marks? Mommy? All the question marks? A figure beyond comprehension. No question marks. Perhaps we are all the artists in art of New Zealand. We shape and are shaped by each other. By treating our neighbors with kindness, we can build each other up. I don't know if I go that far, Palisade. What good we may accomplish flows directly from the righteousness of the center. A center loyalist we have here. A centrist, you might say. And you know how we all feel about centrists. Regardless, we must focus. Nova, listen closely. I will now reveal to you your true purpose and the path ahead. Good. You've been born into a war zone. It's not a contest of swords or guns or armies or infantry. We wage a war that is nearly invisible and yet wholly insidious. We face a deadly force that wrinkles the face of time, as a lurking water beast ripples the surface of a lake, disrupting the clear reflection of our souls. We call it nanodust. Ooh, ominous. Who did the thing this time? Oh no. Do we? If you guys want to get into it in chat, feel free. Zetsubo-san, I don't know if you're familiar with the game Ooblets that's in development right now. They signed on with the Epic Games Store and they put out a statement about it, and it was ill-advised at best. Start small, a microscopic seed planted in some dark, moist corner of one's organs. Then the nanodust grows. It feeds upon the structure of our minds, magnifying our fears, our wrath, our wrongful desires. Eventually it blossoms to full scale, completely obliterating the identity of its host. Symmetry, beautiful symmetry, is our birthright as creations of the center, and yet we lose ourselves in the dust. We begin to decay, to decompose, to crumble. Dust begets dust, and we forsake our true selves. I like the mood lighting for that bit. C. Solmus has an excellent sense of presentation. Nova, perhaps your true purpose has now become apparent. You were given the abilities to shrink and to clean so you might reverse the tide of dust that threatens to overwhelm us. You must travel far and wide, shrinking inside the inhabitants of the New Zealand, those most consumed by the dust contamination. You... Palisade card, activate. Palisade creates a barrier using your shield, containing the spark in a glowing cube. A nano intruder attempting to infiltrate your body. I can contain it temporarily, but you must shrink to nanoscale and destroy it. Don't be afraid, sweetheart. I'll be right here. I know you can do it. Interesting. We're a bioorganic mop. Not the most poetic way to put it, but yes. Drifting pollen. There we go. The stuff on the left I'm not clear on. I've got a green bar that says 8. The red stuff my health? Maybe we'll find out the next time I get hit. 9, 10. It's counting the stuff I clean? Yeah, it must be. Yeah, every time I eradicate dust. Dialogue intensifies. Dusty old crow. Nova, is that you? How did I get here? Can I? I can't clean him. Looks like he's a lost cause. I can't believe that Anodyne person remade Dust Force. Are there noses? Like, is this a nose? It's kind of gross. Nano assassin, cough, cough. Nova will die. The center will crumble. Dust will consume New Zealand. All right, don't be weird about this, bro. Oh. Pretty solid first boss. Cough, cough. Nova will die. The center will crumble. Dust will consume Nuthia. Heard it all before. Remember Dust Force? That was an alright game. I did not like Dust Force. I really super did not like Dust Force. I understand it's a speedrunning game, but I don't like speedrunning games that are designed around you doing things like taking a specific path. I like speedrunning games that give you like an open area and let you puzzle out like the ideal route for you, for your capabilities. Like Super Meat Boy isn't necessarily a speedrunning game at its core, but it had a lot of that. Like you didn't always have to hit certain sections of wall exactly right just to get through a level. I felt like Dust Force was too clunky and too restrictive. Like, yeah, if you could pull off every single move that the developer had envisioned for you, exactly when you were supposed to pull it off, yeah, it was a beautiful symphony of, like, flashy movement. And if you didn't, it was clunky as shit, so. Did Jim Sterling do a voice for that or something? Oh, Jim Sterling video is a good summary of the situation. Anything he does that's not scripted, he tends to meander a lot. I don't mind it personally. I think he has a lot of interesting and useful things to say when he's not being like overly abrasive about any of it. I do like Jim Sterling. I've talked about this before. I like Jim Sterling. I find him entertaining. I think he's doing good, but I think he might ultimately be doing it in a bad way, because I think this persona of his kind of pushes people further into that whole like entitled gamer space, like further than they need to be. The Nano Cleaner, she exists and she was born to dust, to clean, to rescue. May she protect all of us from harm. May the Nano Cleaner save New Zealand and its denizens from their fate. wub, wub. Growing up so quickly, I didn't expect a challenge like this for quite some time, but I'm so proud of you. Sadly, there are those who would seek to destroy New Thelan. Though we're all created by the Center, the nanodust can inflict a kind of madness. Now perhaps you can see the urgency of your mission. Nova, take the elevator behind you up to the city, and always remember that you stand against the ever-encroaching crawl of degradation. So there's a city, huh? Can't go down here? Okay, I can't go down into the center. That's the lower dust drop, Nova. I'll show you how to use it soon. First, take the elevator outside. But thou must. I wonder if these are going to be portals to different areas. Because if so, that could be pretty cool. Pretty expansive. Nova presses the console and lights up and whirs. Next up, Center City C-Note. I've been playing a lot of Mario Odyssey. And the scope of that game is amazing. Like, it's not like a billion worlds. And the worlds themselves are not that big, but you can do so much. Like, they somehow crammed so much content into each of those worlds and found ways to make them connect to each other that it feels like a massive, massive, never-ending game. And it's really cool. Tunnel transition gave me Bad Mojo flashbacks. I still think about that sometime, the night we played Bad Mojo. That was quite an experience. See that? If true, it's a shame. He's one of the only ones unequivocally pushing for maintain. Yeah, no, I think he's got a good message. It's just I think he's delivering it in a negative way. And you can kind of see that in some of the comments that people leave on his videos and stuff that people tweet at him. So that's his brand. His brand is to be like big angry nerd. You know, like essentially the same thing that's popularized by the angry video game nerd, you know? But in this era, I think that means a lot more innate entitlement. Like, you get mad about an issue because, like, you specifically deserve better. And developers must do A, B, C, X, Y, and Z if they're to be worthy of your money. And the stuff that I really didn't like Total Biscuit about, I think Jim Sterling kind of continues in his tone, if not his message. So it's a bit of a divide for me. So hopefully he is a net good influence with his message, but that's something I can't really gauge. Center City, vibrant community built in the walls, the sacred geological depression. Directly above Sanctuary is the Dust Prism, which stores the nanodust you'll collect. Oh, okay. You may use the Dust Drop console in Center Sanctuary to deposit dust. Once sealed within the Dust Prism, the nanodust may blossom to its full scale without harming New Thelan. Once enough dust is accumulated, it will be sent to the center. But alas, before you were born, the dust prism was damaged in a terrible storm, and now it can only contain a small fraction of its full dust capacity. Because of this energy shortage, the dust dominion has advanced to the point where it's no longer safe to leave the city. You can see the storm still raging overhead. This is where you come in. The dust prism can be reinforced with rare and powerful cards that you can file in while nano cleaning. Your first goal is to reinforce the prism with 4 cards and fill it with 100 cc's of nanodust. Then the center will be able to recycle the dust and energy and push back the storm, allowing you to leave Center City C-Note. Okay. Search the city for people in need of cleaning, collect the dust and cards, then deposit those resources back in the center sanctuary. You're gonna do an amazing job. Of course I am. I'm the hero. So this is really... There's a lot more structure to this than there was to Anodyne. Anodyne never fully explained its plot. It never came right out and said, this is the problem and this is the solution. Like, I can tell in Anodyne 2, it's all a metaphor for something, since this is, like, basically a mental journey. That's really fucking cool looking, though. This is a really cool looking area. But they're going to much greater lengths to explain things, and so it has a very different atmosphere than Anodyne did. Still excited for Kingdom of the Dumps. Yes, me too. I've been following that developer on Twitter, Vesty, and I love the screenshots he posts. That game looks really, really cool. Like a really creative kind of Earthbound style thing. New Donk, best Donk. Agreed. New Donk City. New Donk City is really amazing. Like even knowing a bit of what I was getting into, like I'm still really impressed with what it turned out to be. This game is fucking weird. I like it, but I can see a lot of people bouncing off of this. I wonder how many people bounced off of Anodyne, the original. Because I thought that game was fantastic. But it had an atmosphere that appealed very much to me specifically. And that's why I note it here, because what they're doing, the atmosphere and the setting here, I don't like as much as I liked in the original. But I'm still invested in this. I'm still interested in where they're gonna go with this plot. It just has a very different feel, and I definitely preferred the original in terms of feel. Well, it's really you, the Nova Nano Cleaner. Talk to me again, I'll tell you a fun fact. Your Nano Vacuum holds 60 units of dust. The blue bar in the pause menu shows how much you have. Just press the menu button to view it. Deposit your dust in the center sanctuary whenever it's getting full. Okay. All right, so, okay, bottom center. So that's what that bar is. We have 18 units of dust, and then the red stuff is our health. There's the area map. There's the dust prism. And our goals. Cards. Cards were in the first game. They were just little collectible things that gave you some additional background on the characters in the game. Inventory. Oh, that's a lot of... Oh, cool, there are cheats in this. So if the game's, like, if you're having trouble with the game, you can turn on double health or invincibility or something. Can I? Okay, this guy's not in need of dusting. What is Kingdom of the Dumps? Kingdom of the Dumps is an upcoming indie RPG themed around, like, you're like a sentient garbage can, and you're in a world like built out of refuse, like junkyards and scrap cities and stuff. And it looks to be like a pretty clever like Earthbound style RPG. Jellyvator. Oh ho ho, are you gonna get on the elevator? What? You don't know how? See the down arrow on the left side of the elevator? You can talk to it to go down to the center sanctuary. But wait, there's more. See the up arrow? You talk to it to leave C-Note and go up to the beautiful blue veil. That's right, this elevator goes both ways. Yeah, I would suggest looking up Kingdom of the Dumps on Twitter. The developer seems particularly active on there, posting screenshots and stuff periodically. It's really exciting stuff. It's fun to see it develop. There's a couple of those. There's another one, a kind of Fallout-style isometric RPG called Death Trash, being made by one dude, but the dude is an amazing artist and seems like a really clever game designer as well. So I've been following his progress for years at this point, and everything he posts is just gold. These hills get bigger every year, and now I just can't make the walk anymore. I always told myself, distance is no bother. I can make the hike through the hills. No problem if I mean seeing my dear friend. And yet, life conspires once again to separate us. First different schools, then different jobs, and then different places to live. Nova, I know you must be busy, but if you have the chance, could you bring this package to my dear friend? She lives on the outskirts of a farming village a bit outside of C-Note. She'll be in her home. Nova received a neatly tied package with cream-colored bow. Yeah, Death Trash is very interesting. Once you deliver it, please let me know. Thank you so much. What else do I follow on Twitter? There's a bunch of really cutesy-looking RPGs and survival sims and walking sims and stuff. But I don't remember the names of all of them. Also, the developers of The Last Door, the game kitchen, are making a Dark Souls-ish platformer called Blasphemous with absolutely incredible character designs. Like really, really, really cool looking stuff. Like Sundered level creative. Taking too long to get around, Nova? Now that you're out in the open, try using your ride scale form to zoom around the city. Press right button to enter and exit, A to accelerate, B to move back, reverse, X to engage cruise control. There's some places you cannot enter ride scale. If using controller, it's highly recommended to use A to accelerate. Sometimes you talk to people twice, they have new things to say. Be sure to talk often. I'm a car! I turned into a car with bunny ears. Oh my god, you can drive around. That's so cool. I love it. You're Nova? Amathea, who are you talking to? Nova, you're the nano cleaner? I think my daddy's starstruck. I believe in you. I really do. Daddy, look, she's the nano cleaner. She can save anything. It's enough. We can't be putting our personal worries on her. I'm sure she's very busy. Wait, isn't it? I thought he was dusty. I thought he needed dusting. I actually get to drive around in a car. I did not expect that. There's even a ring road around this place. Prune crackers, prune crackers. Boy, the graphic design product packaging sure has gone downhill since my day. It all just looks like a blur of colors. Tell me about it, sister. Mold Super. I make videos about video games, but it's hard. It's not just fame and rainbows. No one was watching my videos unless I made stuff about the latest Big World series installment. That hits a little close to home. Yeah, I tried sparking both of them. It didn't seem to do anything. Alright, well, that ain't nothing. I love that I can be a car. The controls for that are very fluid, too. The Jormungla fruits are looking fresh today, and how plump the green flibbers are. This delightful produce makes me feel truly immersed in this fantastical world created by the center. That's pretty funny. Yeah! Trying to find the candy by echolocation. Okay, that's funny. I like that. Oh, there's a big dude up there. I just want to cover small world, not big world. I wish things were different. I feel like we should be able to dust that guy. Okay. It's nice. They give you the option to skip if it's dialogue you've seen before. So there's really no opportunity cost to keep talking to people. I love toys. Or wait, do I? I used to find them very exciting, but now I'm like, huh? Why do I have this garbage? And it's nice. It gives the button prompt like right there at the top, so you know immediately. Oh, you were right here. My depth perception failed me. How shiny, how beautiful. Maybe one day I'll be able to save up for one of my own. How I long for a large glass window pane. All right, lady. Good for you. Dust, dust, dirty dust. Clean behind your ears you must. If you don't, you will die. Dust, dust, dirty dust. Yikes. Mitcha, yikes. Something back there. Oh, I finally made it out of those maze-like alleys. You're about to go in there? Sounds crazy, but I suppose you are the nano cleaner. If you're looking to clean, perhaps you should follow the mud. Okay. Seems reasonable. If all I have to do is follow the mud path, it's pretty simple. Not much of a maze, really. No mud that way. Jump in the garbage, Oddish. I live my life in garbage. Into garbage I was born, and to garbage I shall return. Why do you think I round up the week-long deals every week? Okay. Cool. Hi. If only I had a football made of my own skin, then it could never truly be pulled away from me. You have issues. Happiness is a warm puddle. You're probably fine. Good grief. I can't stand it. Day after day, the same food in the same dish. Good grief. Guamina Guambledon Guam. Have you ever heard of the rooting reflex? If you touch a baby on the cheek, they will cheer for the home team. This is a terrible pun. Great Guam. Nova, thank you for listening to my children. Great squirming creature hangs his head and speaks in a low rumble. Oh, the mud feels cool and calming to our skin, prickled as we are by fever and eczema. As dark and still corner of the alleys, Nova hears the soft squishing sounds of the guams writhing and turning. She shivers at the faint groans they emit while pressing their delicate pink skins into the muck. Now the great guam lifts its head and stares off an imaginary horizon, tears glistening the corners of her eyes. I hear a distant echo from the past, the shadow of a misremembered song. We guams were once proud and beautiful, or else the center would never have created us. Those look like things from Beyond. I've never seen From Beyond. It's on my list of things to see one day. We are going to do a movie night eventually. I'm still looking into that. I haven't forgotten. I know you guys are interested. I know, buddy. I know. You want to help me out? Compile a list of movies that, like, you think I really, really need to see, and we can select from there. Please, Nano Cleaner Nova, clean us so we may understand the Center's plan once again. What kind of movies? I'm mainly interested in horror. I kind of want to expand my horror repertoire, and I really enjoy watching horror movies. I really enjoy the ideas put forth and seeing like different ways of expressing, to conveying terror. Air is thick with the presence of nanodust. Clean them and change their fate. Shrink forth. All right, we're going inside of Guam. Hello. Now this isn't 2D, this is 3D. Nanodust is pushing Nova away from the Cleanie. Colored bullets will arc at you as you approach the Cleanie. Use the left stick to activate Nova's shield according to where you feel the attack is coming from. Feel the directions, feel the colors. Good luck. Blue, red, yellow, green. I'm not gonna remember that. Oh, it shows it. Okay. Icon on the ground. Still pretty tricky. That was kind of cool. It's the same as the face buttons. I hate to tell you this, I'm using a boring Logitech pad because all my knockoff Xbox controllers died. Oh, cool. Tardigrade amnesia. In the lower levels of the brain lurk shameful secrets. So that was, okay, so that was just to access the 2D segment. Face button's a correct controller, dummy. Oh, my mistake. If only I had a proper controller. Come here. Boom. These things are filthy. Such filth. No, you come here. Oh, it hurt me when I sucked that one in. I was able to suck it up, but it still hurt me. Also, these guys respawn. I didn't expect that. Oh, there's a gate there. So that's not gonna happen. Tardigrades are the water bears, yeah. They're so cute. Surprisingly adorable for microscopic critters of that nature. Well, I guess we go down. I'm covering it up, but the square in the bottom right of the screen is my map. Is there anywhere else I can go? Looks like this place is donut shaped. Maybe the same shape as this one up here. Family portraits. Yeah, they're interesting, aren't they? Wish we could supersize them. Surprised nobody's ever made like a horror movie about that. Like, I guess nobody would be able to take it seriously. They'd be like, oh, they're so cute as they like crush people underfoot. Well, that was easy. Yo, shit. Keep them as pets. That would be something. Talk about an exotic pet. Alright, so... Okay, I can't do anything about those. Oh! If I let them hit me, then they appear. Alright, so that's unlocked now. So I need to touch it, suck it up. Touch it, suck it up, and not stand on it. Those red crystals are health, though. So far, at least, getting hurt is not a big deal. Oh. Come here, you. On the best of the worst, Red Letter Media watched a movie about killer bunnies. And so Night of Lepus. I've seen that. I saw that on cable when I was a kid. Okay, so I did need to go this way. For some reason, I thought that button would open up that gate over there, but that makes absolutely no sense. While we're doing this, real quick, reminder about the schedule. Tomorrow night, we're going back to the good old Super Nintendo here and our Super Game Boy to play more of the Final Fantasy Legend on the original Game Boy. We had an absolute blast last Sunday playing through the first couple worlds of that game. Like, I was kind of shocked at how much fun it was. Hopefully it'll continue being that much fun. The next two worlds we're gonna do are more complicated and actually have more plot, which could actually be more fun depending. But definitely be there for that. What am I missing here? Oh, I need to defeat them to open the gate. I was not on the ball. Oh, no. Damn, a great many things. Sorry, what game? Please use more proper nouns. This game. This. The Final Fantasy Legend. Which isn't even really a Final Fantasy. It's the first Saga game that they renamed for Final Fantasy for the Western audience, because after Final Fantasy 1 blew up, they were like, oh shit, oh fuck, we need a mobile Final Fantasy for the Americans. What do? We have Saga sitting around, give them that. Close enough. And thus, a legend was born. Easy and crew must face off against the evil demon Lord Suge Knight. But yeah, we had a fantastic time, and it's kind of made me consider the kinds of games that I can and should play on this channel. And I think offbeat RPGs might be making more of an appearance over time. We were talking about it a bit in the feedback channel of our Discord, which is great. If you ever have any ideas about streams or reviews or anything you want to share with me, we have an entire channel just for that on Discord. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing. I'm definitely gonna be doing. Ooh, honey, I told you if we're gonna get away from the city, then we ought to go all the way. If only you had that promotion. Oh, the neighborhoods we could have chosen from. Oh, I can't talk to them. I have to suck them up, and then they talk. Should name them all after the 50 Cent Crew. Mama, why is there a stranger at dinner today? Shall I fetch the gun? Sorry, I'm the only one with a gun here. But yeah, we talked about doing World of Final Fantasy at some point. The really cute one with the fun. It's kind of like Final Fantasy Pokemon where you can stack the enemies. We've talked about some other kind of unusual RPGs over time too, so. And now that I've loosened up Wednesdays, it's more likely that I can do full playthroughs of stuff like that, so. Darling wifey dearest, did you forget to lock the door? Look at this street prowler you let in. Violence is practically written on their face. Yep. Y'all gross. Papa, ought we call the police? Doink. Dragon Warrior monsters, no way to have it, give you a sec. Okay. Take your time, buddy. I'm gonna be here for a while. Monday. When we get back around to Monday, we're gonna finish The Missing, JJ Macfield and the Island of Memories. Oh, gross. Do not want. Nano Assassin. Cough, cough, cough. The center must be destroyed. Okay. Alright. Give me that shit. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Do that. I'm playing this with the analog stick, which is a bit fiddly on the Logitech. Cough, cough. Nova, destroy Nova, kill the cleaner, blah, 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 blah. Game Boy Color Classic Metal Walker. Dude, put that on the spreadsheet. It's linked below. Slap that up on the spreadsheet and I will go looking for it. If I can find it, if it's not like $100. If you're gonna Mega SG, I humbly request Shining Force 1. I've always wanted to play the Shining Force games. Shining Force and Phantasy Star. I've always wanted, because I missed them completely. I didn't have a Sega system until the Dreamcast, and I only bought the Dreamcast after it went defunct. For $99. This is kind of cool. Oh, my Glam Seed woke up. Greg Guam, Nova, I can feel the fog lifting from my memories. I'm the Augur. I was created to investigate the future by studying the gambling habits of birds. Greg Guam, the Augur, each and every one of us has a role to play in the grand story of New Zealand. You have shown me this, Nova. My children and I were once selfish and short-sighted. We complained about our lot in life and lost sight of the Center's plan. But there's a place for all of us. After all, Nova, there will always be a place for us. Ooh, a card. Nova feels the Glandstock seed pulsating inside of her. It channels the Center's power, transforming the deadly dust crystal into a card. 15 bucks loose? Oh, I can definitely get a hold of that. Game Boy Color Classic. I'll have to make sure that the Super Game Boy can play those. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get real creative. But yeah, bought every re-release of Shining Force 2. It's billiards. Congratulations on your first card. I can tell you'll be a wonderful nano cleaner for the people in New Zealand. Be sure to take a break if you're feeling tired. Collecting cards is important, but so is your well-being. Are you telling me to stop playing? Because I considered that briefly. Because I really should move on. Thank you for help, Nano Cleaner Nova. Let me return the favor by taking the auspices for you. One moment, please, while I tune myself to the birds and their never-ending games of cards. Pigeon reveals a full house, but duck presents a straight flush. Yes, I sense you will be the one. Yes, you will bring about a great event that shall alter New Zealand forever. I might destroy it. If they don't get specific about, like, saving or restoring. Kaiju Club, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. It's a raid. Hey, Happy Whooper, what's up? We are checking out Anodyne 2. Grief is great, grief is good, and we thank it for the food. I'm not familiar with that one. The fact that milk is labeled as 1%, 2% seems to imply that the whole milk is perhaps 98% fattier. In fact, whole milk would more accurately be described as 3.5% and is not drastically more caloric than other options. I'm glad someone finally had the courage to come out and establish this for everyone, because I'm sure I'm not the only person that has wondered that for a very long time. I did look that up once. And I too, it's almost like we're also just taking... Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Tongues, let me lick you with my tongue. You may be beyond that, boss. Especially because Augurs actually does auspices by examining the entrails of birds. Okay. No, I just did... this was the first cleaning I did in the city. I did the Guam. So I think I'm gonna do one more. And then I've got another game we're gonna look at tonight. Merchant of the Skies. We'll flip over to that and we'll see what that's all about. Performance, my irreconcilable yearning is what makes me resonate. I am blessed that the football will forever be pulled away. I am transfigured beyond a mere worm. Good for you. I'm so happy for you. I did very much convince Kairai. Well, thank you, Happy Whooper. That's very kind of you. How are you doing the game so far? I like it. I was a big fan of the original Anodyne. Part of that was the atmosphere, and this game definitely has a very different atmosphere from Anodyne 1. But the mechanics are really interesting. You know, Anodyne 1 was very much a Zelda game, I felt. This really feels like it's trying to be more its own thing, which is very cool. Haran was rolling out the welcome wagon. Thanks, buddy. And yes, thanks once again for the raid. I really do appreciate it. It's always exciting. My ghost is typing this. I need to check out the first. Yes, I strongly recommend the first. If you are a fan of like classic, like Zelda style, I would say Link's Awakening specifically. If you are a fan at all of Link's Awakening, I think you would appreciate Anodyne a lot. Because it's a lot of similar mechanics. You don't get as many abilities, certainly, and the world isn't quite as expansive. What it does instead is it really does like dreamscapes and like a surrealist atmosphere really, really well. Like, better than this, honestly. Hyping up the music in this game the whole time. Yeah, the music is really, it's super placid. It's very, very calming. Very chill, yeah. The official building, I remember doing official things in here, wearing official clothing. Is that why he's a clock hat? I kinda want a clock hat. Kinda. What is that? It's also so nice they give you a double jump right from the get-go. Welcome to part 3 of the C-Note tour. Oops. I screwed that up. I'm a landmark. I'm the big boy of C-Note. By finding me, you'll have prosperity for the next year. Well, actually, I'm here to show you C-Note wall, the bluish-gray one. Not the one behind me. This wall defies physics. In fact, you can jump up it even if you're not athletically endowed. Truly a testimony of living beings' endless determination to overcome challenges. Really? Like, really, really? I must not have meant that one. He said bluish wall. He said behind him. Think we both know which dungeon you should go to next? Oh, by all means. Oh, he meant this one. By all means, what would you suggest? I am all ears. I didn't make that. You know, that's probably why you can climb up there. Go to the supermarket looking area. Okay. It's me. Pink guy at the supermarket. Okay, cool. Let's see. That does not look like a supermarket. This looks significantly more like a supermarket. I was here earlier. You mean this guy? Oh, the mole. Were we talking about Moletuber? You might have to do something to unlock his dungeon. Because I can't seem to look up. Oh, this guy. That guy. Hang on. Yeah, I'm formulating a plan here. Okay. I think I see a path. Oh, okay. Maybe. Pink guy with the big tongue. Gotcha. Hashtag this is a penis. I assure you, you weren't the only one thinking it. Okay, here we go. He's great, but so is Moletuber. Yeah, Moletuber was a real highlight. Totally understand that feeling. Kaiju Club, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. It's always good to see our friend Kiryu pop up at the bottom of the screen. I spent the entire first half of this year streaming Yakuza 0 on Mondays, and that was a trip. Nova walks up to the strange figure by the clock. The figure quivers strangely, licking the air. Are they hungry? Nova wonders. They appear to have a sort of hunger that Nova has never seen before. Happy Whooper, thank you for the follow. Something that Nova ought not to see. Something unseemly, perhaps. She curls her toes inside her shoes as the figure turns to meet her gaze. That's some really good writing. Oh, I kind of want to curl my toes, too. Gustine Papellum. Come here, sweet one. Oh. Yikes. The smooth curvature of your mask, the lightly dusted tread of your boots, the metallic tang of the silver ring upon your back. My tongue quiver. Wow. Wow, guys, thanks for this. Now I must resist. The dust, it fills my mind. Day and night I fantasize about all the delectable flavors around me. Once my skin was smooth, now every inch is sensitive to taste, longing for flavor. Can we... let's do something about this. This thing is Bestie, you're not allowed to say the quiet part loud. Kaiju Club, you wanted to get in that series? Yakuza 0, man. Start with Yakuza 0. It is so good. If you like open world games at all, if you like super dramatic Japanese games, it is up there. It is close to the pinnacle. Best dungeons beyond these horrible comments. Tongue-skinned creature. The tongue-skinned creature. Its entire body is a tongue. Gross. Gazes pleadingly. Doesn't glaze. Please don't glaze me. Nova, their beady and desperate little eyes begin to water. Nova's stomach turns, but she begins to feel strength and determination. She has a job to do. Nano Cleaner, help me. You must make me clean again. Free me from the prison of my own desires. The air is thick with the presence of nanodust. Nova, spark this being and forge a connection. Clean them and change their fate. Shrink forth, Nano Cleaner Nova. Hell yes, let's do this. Yep, 0 is great. 0 was good enough that I feel like I want to do the whole series now. I've heard that the first Yakuza remake, Kiwami, doesn't really hold up to it. I want to do it anyway, just because I'm so attached to those characters now. Like the writing in that game, the presentation, like everything about it is just fantastic. My current game session is Fire Emblem 3 Houses, a whole lot of fun. Everyone I follow on Twitter is on that. I mean, I follow a bunch of the voice actors that worked on it, like Joe Zija, who did the voice for the Yellow House. I've worked with that guy before. He's a fantastic voice actor and a super nice guy. And he's been tweeting a ton about it. So I've gotten a bit of secondhand knowledge of the game from that, and it looks great. I really should get into the Fire Emblem series at some point, because I love turn-based tactic games and I love Advance Wars, and I know I would like it, but I just missed them. You know how it is. Oh, that's weird. Oh. Why does pull that? There's a face in the background. There's a lot going on in the background. There's kind of a face in the foreground too. This eyeball here. Left stick displays up shield. Yeah, that might be a bug. Why aren't you hitting left? I was hitting left. Like Vesti said, it's probably a graphics bug. I do work with voice actors. Yeah, I actually work for a video game company, and we do voiceover recordings from time to time. So totally unrelated to streaming and my other stuff. Oh, hi, buddy. Sorry to suck on you. I should apologize for that. That's rude. Nova, come here. Let me take. Oh, now I feel really bad about sucking on this guy. Ugh. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, definitely this is the whole streaming, and I have a game review website linked below. That's the thing I really want to be doing, but like until I can make that a reality, my day job is super cool. I can't deny it. Like I'm a copy editor at a video game company, so I take translated text. Our company it's foreign company. But yeah, I take the translated text for our games and I edit it to make it sound more natural. But I can also kind of fix up story stuff, make tweaks to it, and then yeah, we do voiceover recordings too, and I get to work with all the voice actors, and it's super cool. These little dudes are one of my favorite things in existence. As a Slaanesh worshiper. Oh, Nano Cleaner, nothing wrong with a few licks, yes? Come on, don't ruin the fun. Let me taste your suit. Onto a new kingdom of sensory experience. Oh. Yeah, I get it. I'm not, I'm not against that. Strange block seems to have a keyhole. Okay, I need keys. I bounced off the Cow game after the second. It was just too grindy. I totally understand, man. A lot of our games end up being like way too grindy. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I bet I can crush this guy. Definitely a Slaaneshi worshiper. They have a type, don't they? There we go. Death by tongue. I mean, if I've got to go, that's probably going to be near the top of my list, if not the top. Just tongue me right out of this existence. Can I? Wait. Okay. I probably want to move you so you don't get tongued because you seem like a nice dude. Of course, maybe you'd like it. I'm not gonna think about it too much. Can we? Come on. Come on. We can do this. Is that too much? I see someone who understands 40K. Wait. Oh, gross. If you just touch the tongue, it tries to... It doesn't try to lick you, it does lick you. Oh, it's really... Oh, I get it. Okay, I got this. I'm all over this. Tongue puzzles. I feel like I've been waiting my entire life for tongue puzzles. Taste friend. Ooh. Y'all that suggested this dungeon, I love you. Y'all are the best. Been working up a sweat all day. Ooh, the saltiness and sweetness. Lick me. Oh, he's quivering with anticipation. You got lucky on this puzzle your first go around. Yeah, well, because the dude is already. I think the little guy is actually already where he's supposed to be, and one of the spiky dudes is like right above him. So if you just pull him down, like you're in. Degeneracy. We're all degenerates here. You are among friends, Kaiju Club. Fear not. Wait, is it gonna? No, that one. Do this one. Hang on, you come here for a sec. Oh, ouch. What if I pull this back out? No, it doesn't do anything. Okay. Kai's supporters are called the degenerates. Nice. And this one's odd. Oh, I'm an idiot. I don't even have to kill them. I'm like, this puzzle doesn't make any sense. Of course it doesn't make sense. Not a puzzle. I'm licking the concrete to remind me of the cities of my past loves. The taste brings it all back. You should try it too. Don't be shy. I do not judge. Oh, goodness. Is rated, but oh, I didn't really just do that. Nobody saw that. Hang on. We're all just gonna have a collective hallucination for like the next 30 seconds. NBD. That definitely didn't happen. I'm not even gonna talk to that guy. I have this funny feeling I know what he says. Hey, come here. Hey. Could you... Wait, are you just gonna... Okay. God, I thought I was gonna leave. I was gonna feel so betrayed. Taste companion does not judge, but I do. Fair. That's fair. Speaking of the needs, he may sticker that when he sends out his batch of stickers. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Licks a rain puddle. Tastes like Melbourne. Oh god. I can't imagine licking anything here in Los Angeles. The degree to which that would be inadvisable is just profound in its scope. All right, get in there. I'll be a proud degenerate. I'll put that sticker on my laptop at A1S. I'll give no context. Nice. That's the way to do it. Huh, I wonder if the bosses are always going to be nano assassins. Because Anodyne had a bunch of different bosses. Well, I'm going to find out eventually. Nova, ooh, come here. Let me destroy you. How about no? How about that's a terrible idea? Okay, so it looks like this guy only shoots sideways. Again, I'm too tongue-centric here. I don't need the tongue. I just need the boxes. Which I suppose under ideal circumstances are related, but not in this particular circumstance. Nice shot, idiot. So good at this. Okay. Maybe one more? Looks like he's getting pretty rowdy. Wasn't much of a pattern. Also, yeah, hi, Sacrificial Toast. That's how you get hepatitis. Yeah, licking the streets of LA would give you a cocktail of incurables. Oh, Nano Cleaner, that was real good, but you must be stopped. Arf, arf, I hope I'm not the monster in this game. I'd be very disappointed by that. Boxy related. All right. Give me dust. It's really bright. When I was young, Nova, the world was bright and delicious. I loved nothing more than to eat and taste and be satisfied. Don't we all, really, when you get down to it? But as I grew, the magic of my tongue began to... Okay. Food felt like sand upon my tongue. Life became dull and gray. Then the dust came. I could feel its writhing, unruly power growing inside me. My sense of taste returned, more vibrant than ever before. Red bumps slowly began to appear upon my skin, but I ignored them, delighting in the wonderful flavors the world had to offer. I was a fool to fight against the wisdom of the center, to gratify my base desires by giving into the dust. I lost control and I became a monster. Thank you, Nova, for giving me another chance. Just really gets you right here. You can't see that on camera. It gets you like right here. It's a drug theme. Good question. I am not sure what the theme of this game is, because it's got a lot of birthing motifs. But we are getting way into adult themes already, so I'm not really sure. I mean, kind of like Anodyne 1. Anodyne 1 had a story, but a very loose one. It was more about feeling, really. More about the atmosphere and like the overall feel of the game than an actual plot to follow. Channels the center's power. Turn thing in a card, yeah. Oh, this boss has drug theme? The assassin, huh? Oh, no, the tongue guy. Could be. Or it could be just a general gluttony theme. It's 2 out of 4 cards we need to level up the Dust Prism. Oh, Nova, you're hurt. Nova quickly straightens her posture and shakes her head no. Please don't push yourself too hard. You're still so young. Remember, I'll be around Center Sanctuary if you ever need me. While you're there, you can deposit your stored dust and leave with a spring in your step. It's better not to carry on a full tank for any longer. I have a full tank, such as it happens. Thank you, Nova. I can feel the vibrancy of taste dimming once again. I hope you're okay with that. Oh, sorry, I missed your departure, Whooper. Good night. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I will see you again sometime. Yeah, so, those of you that are rating, and, well, I mean, everybody, really, I am gonna call it here for Anodyne 2, because I do, Friday nights, I do an indie variety night, so I do a variety of games, and we've still got one big one that I want to do, and maybe 2 or 3 small ones. And we've already spent half the stream on this one, so... yeah, we're gonna switch over to Merchant of the Skies, which is a indie pixel art fantasy airship trading sim thing, I think. It's funny you mentioned being worried about that bad guy or wondering about that as well. That's funny. So yeah, this is really good so far. I am very interested. It's very different from Anodyne 1. Very, very different. But very, very interesting too. So I changed what we're playing. Any of y'all that just came for Anodyne 2, no worries. Hopefully I'll see you around. We're going to do Merchant of the Skies right now. You can see I have a schedule below. Tomorrow night we do retro console stuff. I have right here an original Super Nintendo, an original Super Game Boy, and a copy of the Final Fantasy Legend. We started a playthrough of it last week and we're going to continue it tomorrow. It's been an absolute blast, so I encourage you, if you're around this time tomorrow night, to come check it out. I do full playthroughs on Mondays. I do seasonal stuff on Wednesdays. Right now I'm on horror. I'm planning on playing a game called Canarium next Wednesday. It is a Lovecraft-inspired first-person horror walking sim thing. Merchant of the Skies. Here we go. Update that. I have played Sanitarium. I reviewed that 2 years ago, maybe. Who's that? Raptor, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. 135 for you too. You could call it here. Yeah, it was great seeing you. I'm definitely gonna catch one of your streams. Yeah, I would love to see you again sometime. Yeah, I'll pop in next time you're streaming if I'm around. So, but thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate it, Kaiju Club. So, have a good one. Excuse me. Yeah, Sanitarium I went through, I think it was 2 years ago. I finally got around to playing it. It was really good. I was honestly kind of surprised how much I enjoyed that, since it's quite a bit older game. Let's see here. Merchant. Here we go. Good night, friend. It was nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll see each other around. There we go. Merchant of the Skies. Okay, this launched into early access on the 31st, I think. So just a couple days ago. Made by a pair of indie developers. They're looking for all kinds of feedback. Extremely friendly people. I've corresponded with them over email. That's how I got this key. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. Very, very, very. All right, Raptor. It was nice to meet you as well. All y'all raiders, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming by. I'll definitely come out, check out Kaiju's stream. Hopefully I'll see y'all around sometime. Yeah, lady's hair was nice, wasn't it? Good stuff. Okay. It's Uncle Bo! What's up, buddy? You're here early. I know you've been anticipating this day since you were a child. Well, you're an adult now. Happy birthday! Now you can become a merchant. What a surprise! Our family might not be as wealthy as before, but I still managed to get something for you. A small airship awaits you in the harbor. Tell me, is the music for this one a little too low? Should I turn it up for this one? Because I had to turn it down for Anodyne too. Small airship awaits you in the harbor. Make sure to recharge it with lightning energy before you take off. Thank you, Uncle. All right, find the old lighthouse ruins. All right, so we got... Okay, so this is our little floaty base thing, huh? Recharge the ship first. Yeah, recharge it. Good, I've talked to the local guild and they're willing to give you a chance to prove yourself. Go ask for a task. Thanks. Oh, so this isn't our place, it's Trade Guild. Take a guild task. Commission task, letter delivery to Blue Tree. Yes, please. Well, that's a lot of money compared to what I have now. Since we're going to Blue Tree, why not purchase some wood at the trade post? We'll be able to sell it there and make a profit. Thank you, Uncle. It's really loud for Anodyne even after you turn it down. This one ain't so bad. Okay. What I can do in the settings, for some reason the music is... I think it's just the music on this one. I'm gonna put it like... Yeah, that should be good. We'll put it there. We'll roll on. Let's see. Give me wood. Give me all your wood. I want it. I need it. We're prepared. Wait no more. Let's fly to Blue Tree. I don't always have to thank Uncle. I can say other things. Let's see. Okay, so this is like a status bar. Quick navigation. Cool. Click on... Oh, this is cool. I hadn't even noticed this. You see there's a little white ball emanating from my cursor? It's taking me to the button that... Here, I can fix this. It's taking me to the button that you can't see, because I'm an idiot, that I need to click to do the next thing. Good thing Gnarl isn't here. We made embarrassing clips of the stream already. I'm fine with that. I will prostrate myself any way necessary to gain further notoriety on Twitch. Let's see. Oh, cool. Oh, wait. There's something called Majestic Carrot. What's going on here? He has a top hat. How much do I need to donate to you to stream while planking? It's not much. I'll tell you that up front. It's not much. What? It's a mini game. Orange, green, red. Green, red, blue, blue. Hey, I got stuff. That carrot does not fit it. Details, not important. It's a majestic carrot. You don't question the carrot. All right, visit some other islands. Make sure I have enough fuel. Okay. The hell we going? Raven Tree. I haven't been there yet. I tell you what, we'll go to the actual plot place. Took 2 batteries from storage to recharge the ship. Oh, okay. Blue Tree. Blue Tree, go. Could go very far below the clouds. That is true. That's a little camel, maybe. Well, Blue Tree, let's visit the guild to deliver our letter. Good job. Use tasks to gain notoriety and slowly accumulate wealth. Now go and sell the wood we bought and make a profit. Yes, please. Let's see. Trade post. So, looks like what? Gems, wood, tea leaves, wheat, and dyes. Oh, that's a hell of a markup. Yes, I will. Yes, I will sell the hell out of this. That's an income tax too. Interesting. You're ready to become a merchant now, but wealth might not be enough to restore our family honor. Find and repair the ancient lighthouse that used to guide ships millennia ago. Now go and show the world what you are made of. All right. The majesty of carrot cannot be contained in this representation of reality. Zetsubo-san knows what's up. I assume these are floating islands. Some of them. The carrot one actually did extend below the clouds. These do not. These float in midair. Alright, I'm definitely gonna have to recharge. Guild task? Letter delivered to Southford. 84, it must be really close. Let's see. Gems are not, whoa. What is this? Battery, apples. I mean, the gems are just expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and buy them. Because we're here, we might as well do something. Personal skills and perks, basic resource prices. Okay, so if we drag them back to Sea Isle, they'll be worth more. Quests and okay. Very simple system so far. All right. Southford. All right, later, Vesti. Thanks for coming out tonight, making your awful ass jokes. Never gonna go to the mall with Oddish. I'm here. Might as well spend money I don't have. I had that money. I'm not operating on credit. I'm smarter than that. Remember to complain only about human rights. Oh my god. You've become more knowledgeable. Seek the knowledge of giants to become savvier. Ooh. I have knowledge points. Increase travel speed by 10%. Prefer to call it tax optimization. Trade post income tax reduced by 25. Reduce human recruitment costs. Extra resources. Weekly interest rate. Building upgrade costs. Extra resources. 50% chance of double bread production. I could use that in real life. Ship module durability, maintenance cost. Okay, these skills are hitting on a lot of things that I'm not even familiar with in the game yet. So, Bestie. Oh, you're such a gem. I'm gonna throw the sun in front of my game company. Wow, thanks for coming out tonight, buddy. It's always a pleasure. Oh, there's more stuff here. Let me see if they like gems. Merchant won't buy it. So the trading post only trade in 5 goods. Can I buy some stone? Let's give that a try. What is this? It's a house. Hire people. Optimal crew amount is necessary for faster sailing. Crews also used to operate buildings on islands you own. I can own islands? Nobody told me that. So that's resources. I have no quests. Current crew 2, optimal crew 2. Max people on board 5. So we're already at optimal. Ship storage, okay. That's energy usage, presumably. Modules go there. Ships. Ooh. So this is already an upgrade to what I have, and it's only like 100 and some more, like 160 more. Berlin, Caravel, Carrick. Man, the art in this game. I'm absolutely in love with the art. It's simple. It's not like insanely detailed or anything, but it looks so good. Like the lines that need to be clean are clean. I love it. All right, let's take on a guild task. Deliver a letter to Goldtree. I know where that is. I can deliver a letter to Goldtree, and I can get a new ship for it too. Some jewels, fern stuff. It sure is. It looks really good. Gold. Hang on. Goldtree. I think I got confused because that's gold something else. Goldtree is way over there. The other thing I was supposed to do, I'm supposed to find the lighthouse, right? To the southwest or something? Let's go exploring. Red pole. What is red pole? It's not much of anything. Island purchase. You can purchase and manage islands by clicking on the bottom of the button right panel. Really? I can buy an island? It's only 200 gold? No, okay. I have to at least pretend to be reasonable about this. Okay, so I could chop wood there if I wanted. All right, I should probably head back towards an established island. Seapole. Because I need energy. I'm basically out. Good, there's a recharging station here. New trade post. Charge me up, bro. They trade in nothing I'm carrying. I can sell the apple. Sell the apple. I'm gonna leave that slot in my hold open because I might find free stuff like I would have on that island. All right, so we're charged. We're good. We're golden. We're ready. All right, we'll do some tentative drifting to the west. Mysterious. Oh, the docking range for islands is extremely generous. So I thought I was gonna dock on one, but I'm actually landed at another one. What do you guys got? Ooh, apples for normal price. And sand. I can buy sand. That's great. I don't normally see stuff for normal price, so I'm gonna go ahead and I buy a ton of apples. I'm just gonna buy all the apples. And actually, apples are very expensive at Southford, so I should take them to Southford and sell them. Let's do it. Man, my power drains so fast. Like, I'm not sure I would have made it all the way. All right, buy or sell apples. All right, that's not a bad profit. 413. Oh, I can almost afford that guy. All right, I'm gonna take a little time. We are gonna get here. That's what I want. I want to deliver that so I can get a big pile of money and buy a new ship. It's a bank. It's just a bank. What is a bank for? I love these little tiny people. They're so cute. Oh, I can invest. Sure. I'll invest a little money. An achievement, thrifty. Shut up. We'll stop here. Greenshire. Okay, I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't know how you feel about what we're doing right now. I require shovels module to gather resources manually. I love games like this. I absolutely love, like, real, like, basic buy low, sell high games. I'm a huge fan of the Port Royale games. I'm a huge fan of the Patrician games. I've talked a little bit about what I would do if I could make my own games. If I was actually going to get into game development, I'd probably start with something insanely easy, like an idle clicker. But what I really want to make, like the kind of low-level game that I really, really, really want to make, is a trading sim, because I don't feel like there's enough of them out there, especially on mobile. I would make a trading sim for for phones that kind of built around that whole like play for 5 minutes and then set it up to like do stuff while you're away. I really want to do that someday. Unfortunately, I basically have no time outside of what I do for reviews and streaming, so womp womp. Can I take additional guild tasks? I can. Deliver letters to Mount. Hopefully that didn't overwrite. No, I can just be taking guild tasks from everyone. I should be taking guild tasks from every island I stop at. What we got? I think I can turn a profit on these gems. And also the stone. That's good. Sell that. Buy up some wood. Yeah, I love games like this. I love trading sims. I love trading sims that are not super technical. Like, Patrician is like right on the edge of what I can handle. Especially since it has some issues with actually explaining its game systems. Week over crew salaries, ship maintenance. Yeah, pay it. Pay it up. Pay my people. Visit North Place. That's cute. Can we do a thing? Scout for resources. What do we got? We got more wood. That's cool. That's good. So I need to find lighthouse ruins to the southwest. We'll work our way over there. Cool. So it looks like you can generally purchase items for islands for 200 gold. Well, we'll get into that before we end for tonight. Can I make it to this next one? Gold tree, yes. You see how generous that the landing radius is? Oh look, flying turtles. That's cool. Okay, we'll recharge. Trade guild, complete letter delivery. I level up again. Deliver letters. Sure. If there's no limit on quests I can take, I'm just gonna take them all. I don't think I've been to wherever they just asked me to go. Goldshire. I'm gonna get all these islands so confused. Like, severely confused. Trading post. Buy or sell. Okay, they don't want anything I've got. I could buy some tea, though. Yeah, let's do it. Let's buy them out of tea. I mean, if we can find another dock for ships, I can go ahead and get a new ship. What is this? All right, we'll talk to these guys first. Okay, so I'm leveling up with the guild by taking these tasks. Okay, so it's not just deliver letters. Resource delivery order for Seamount Island. Deliver 10 wood. I don't want to do that, actually. If we're being honest here for a moment. What is this? Ship workshop. Oh, you can upgrade ships. Choose a module. Axes. Allows chopping down trees. Baskets for apples. Mining stone and iron. Move faster. So most of the modules are for harvesting resources from islands you've come across. But then there's one that makes you go faster. I feel like that's the one you really want. I feel like that's the important one, because it seems like you make a lot of money just by trading. Gemstone, wood. Hang on a sec. I have 10 wood already. Are they still offering that one? Yeah, I've got it already. I might as well do it. Deliver to Seamount. Where's Seamount? Wait. Oh, they want them delivered here. I'm an idiot. Well, that makes it easy. What else you want? Delivery for Seamount, apples and wood. I might as well accept that. Since you can only get one quest from each guild at a time, you might as well collect them all, right? Alright, let's see here. So you can find a normal price when eventually. Seabury. They just kind of randomized the names for all these things. Alright. Letter. Take guild task. Everybody wants wooden apples. Fine, whatever. What do you got? Oh, I already sold my gems. Wood. Sand is normal. I don't want tea. Wood is expensive, but not that expensive, so I might as well start collecting it. Recharge. I guess we can head southwest. Northworth. Northworth is in the south. I'm kind of annoyed by that. Alright, I have sand. I can go ahead and scout for resources then. Oh man, I still got some wine left. Oh. How fortuitous. Alright. Eventually, all these islands will be mine. Visit Isle of Giants. Oh. Well, this is different. Didn't the leveling up stuff say to seek out the Isle of Giants? Stay and listen. This is how... Really? Wait, really? Is this how you level up? Let me see here. Okay, wow. That I didn't expect. You can't level up on your own. You have to go here to spend your points. Okay. Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get plentiful. I do feel more confident. Thanks for noticing. And I'm gonna get fuel efficiency. I'm gonna get all the fuel efficiency. Huh, that is weird. I wonder why they decided to do that. Seaworth. Didn't I want to go to Seaworth for something? I mean, I want to recharge my shit, but... we are way out here, aren't we? That's a lot of apples. I can sell my sand. Man, sand is not worth carrying around. It's just not worth it. Seamount needs 12 apples. Seabury needs 4. There's a lot of them, but they're expensive here. Where were there cheap apples? Landberry. And where, pray tell, is Landberry? It's here in the middle. Okay. Okay, there's nothing down there. We'll go back and recharge again. I guess we'll loop up and around. At this... southwest. It must be around here somewhere. Yeah, we'll head... Alright, not too bad. Skypole! Oh, this is what I was looking for. Because the main objective just changed. Trading post first. Well, their wood's very expensive. Ah, stocked. Okay, okay. That's what that's what this meter is. This is my calendar. This is telling me what day it is. So it's like a 5-day week, and stock changes on each of those. So I assume, presumably, they still deal in the same stuff, but they get more or less or whatever. Rebuild the lighthouse. Can't afford it yet. Oh, I need wood and sand. Okay. I will say this seems kind of arbitrary. Like, I don't know why we're restoring the lighthouse all of a sudden, but okay. All right. I need not that. I need cheap wood, Sea Isle. I need cheap apples, Landberry. Oh, the islands restock on specific days. Okay, now I get it. And cheap sand. We haven't really found a cheap source of sand. However, I could build buildings, because if we're gonna be needing a lot of wood and sand, then I should probably invest in these buildings. So I'm gonna head back to Northworth. I'm gonna fill in parts of the map because it's annoying me. Okay, so we'll... I have to wonder though, who are we buying this island from? Alright, and then build production buildings. I have to build storage first. I need wood for it. Oh, okay. Okay. So, we're gonna go to Landberry. We'll stop at Seaberry. Can I might politely suggest to the developers that they kind of change up the island names a bit more, because they're getting really repetitive really fast. Okay, this wood's normal price, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy this in case Landberry doesn't have all the wood that I need, because I am ravenous for wood right now. Do you guys have a guild? I get a ship. I get a ship. I can almost afford that one. I can almost afford that one. That's a huge upgrade too. That's a huge upgrade. All right. I'm gonna tough it out. I'm gonna save my money. I'm gonna get a Berlin. I'm gonna skip the cog. I know I could get the cog right now for chump change, but it's a big upgrade. It's a big upgrade too. Right now we have 5 max energy. This is 26. 50% more storage. It's stupid. I'm gonna do it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that was necessary. That needed to be done. It's gonna be significantly more expensive to recharge the ship though. I won't need to recharge as often though. People. Current crew, optimal crew is 4. We'll buy some extra ones, because we might need them once we get these buildings operational. Sand is cheap here. We'll go ahead and buy some sand. Tea is very expensive. We'll sell that. Apples are Whoa, wait a minute. Apples are slightly underpriced. Take that. Is that actually listed here? Yeah, we're at Landbury. Okay, so this is the place to pick up apples, but unfortunately there's just not that many. Okay. All right, I'm getting this. I'm getting this. I'm seeing the inner workings here. Wood. The place for wood was Sea Isle, which is to the north. Let's check this place out first, though. Mysterious Hands. Yep, that's pretty mysterious. Empower... Yeah. Fuck me up, bro. Did we just get, like, a mess of... How do I see my inventory? Wait, seriously, how do I see my inventory? There it is. Yeah, we just got to mess more batteries. Cool. I like the Mysterious Hands. I'm a fan. Let's visit whatever bury this is. Skybury, obviously. Ah, it's a wood aisle. Buy it. Alright, and then... Alright. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff we can build on here. So we'll start with storage. Cool. Take or store goods, upgrade storage. Ah, I can keep stuff here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Cuts wood and place it in storage. Okay, so I need wood and I need stone. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and scout for resources since we're here. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how thrilling a stream this is making. I am absolutely in love with this. This is like, I love trading sims, and this is like this is the absolute sweet spot of like simplicity and like trade mechanics. I love it. You know what? I really should move on to the other stuff though. Let me build this one. Let me build this thing real quick. Stone. Southford, Goldshire. Are they anywhere near here? Oh, Goldshire is right there. Okay. Let me get some stone. Let me build a thing, and then we'll move on to some other games for tonight. Cause I can sense y'all getting bored. I can feel it. It's fine. I completely understand. It's not. That is a lot of apples, and they're really expensive. And I kind of just want to make a profit on the apples that I bought. We'll found an apple orchard somewhere or something. It'll be fine. Might as well top off the cheap ones, right? Okay, so now I have the wood and the stone I need to get this shit going. So we'll head back to Skybury. And as soon as I do this, we'll move on. Build a production building. Build a lumberjack hut. Why is the lumberjack hut all the way over there? Like, seriously, guys. Send all necessary workers. Upgrade. Okay, wow. Okay, so not only can you buy bigger ships, upgrade your ships with modules, buy low, sell high, you can buy islands. You can build production buildings on the islands. You can upgrade the production buildings. You use that production to do other production. So, okay. There's, even in early access, there feels like there's a lot of stuff to do in this. I'm going to be playing this obsessively off stream. I can tell you that right now. Expect a review of this, if not next week, the week after. Yeah, I'm going to throw myself fully into this game. I am loving this so much. Just, unfortunately, probably not a very good stream game. So, I love this. If you're big on trading sims, get it right now. In fact, I will go so far as to link you the store page. You've got a game request, Zetsuba-san. Why, by all means, Hit me. Tell me what you desire. I'm a streamer of the people. If you say Bubsy, I'm banning you, though. Just telling you up front. Echo. Oh, Echo. Echo. This game, right? The one about the palace, the sci-fi game about the palace that, okay. Yeah, I can totally do that. Let me, whoop. Nobody saw it. Let me put it on the list. All right, it's in there. It's gonna get got. Yeah, this game looks cool as hell. Okay, I will pick this up the next time it is on sale. And then I will see about slotting it into either a Monday or Wednesday stream, I think. I'll have to check and see how long it is. But yeah, I've wanted to check this game out as well, so excellent suggestion. Excellent suggestion. Okay. So, those of y'all that have stuck it out this far, we're on the final leg of... We're playing the Steam browser. This game sucks. I know. What's up, Cornudo? Cornudo, perfect timing. We have a decision to make. We are going to play some games from the original Spooky Game series. So all y'all that are gathered here, those of you lurking around in chat, we need to decide what to play tonight. Now, what I'm thinking, I've got two ideas here. One, we play some kind of interesting, kind of cutesy platformers that I reviewed my first Spooky Game series. That would be Closure and Adventures of Shuggy, which I think would fill the last 45 minutes, just so you guys could get an idea. Or we could play two of the garbage games that I played. We can do a playthrough of Home. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with that. It's an experience. And then do, where's that other one? Burn Zombie Burn, if it even launches. Actually, you know what? Here, let me do a thing for you guys. I'll go back to display capture. You can actually see, this is the Spooky Games origin list. I've already reviewed Your Walk. We played Eldritch on Wednesday. You thought Shuggy was very average, so I'm more interested in the garbage. If you see anything on here that you'd be interested in seeing like 45 minutes of, let me know. But the bigger, more exciting games, this is probably like screen capture for ants, isn't it? No, wrong button. You idiot, you moron. Display capture. There we go. I mean, you can kind of see it a bit better now. Yeah, these are the games I'm going to be going over for Spooky Game Origins. Bigger stuff like the Amnesia games, probably Betrayer, Lone Survivor, maybe Alan Wake, definitely Afterfall. Those are all getting full playthroughs. If you see anything else on this list that you'd like to see for like 45 minutes, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to play Home, and we're going to fill the last few minutes of the night with... You can't... Hey, what's up, CM Kruger? Yeah. Afterfall was a tragedy, because Afterfall Insanity is... It's a wild-ass ride. I don't know if you played it. I don't know if you've seen it. We're going to do a full playthrough of that game, because that game is magical. The developers went on to try and build like an open world sequel, and they launched in early access, and it flopped so hard that it killed their studio, which is why Afterfall Insanity is no longer available. It just fell off the edge of the world. So, all right, I tell you what, we're gonna do Home. I've decided I'm going to subject you all to Home. Wait, what am I doing? I I had to resize this. Story I heard was that they made the game without actually paying for the... Oh, I had not heard that story. I just assumed the sequel, the overly ambitious sequel they were working on, killed them. So let me install this. Actually, let me install a couple things in case this doesn't work. Because that game is really temperamental. Why is that game that big? Fanatical still has keys for both of them? Really? I thought they were impossible to get now. I'm gonna tell you up front, if you can get Afterfall and Sanity for a couple bucks, do it. It is like Asylum knockoff Dead Space, but the plot is one of the most batshit things I've ever seen in my life. You will not, I guarantee you, right hand to God, you will not guess where that game goes in like from the first couple hours of gameplay. You just won't. It's not possible. All right, I'm gonna tell you all up front, we're playing garbage. I'm not normally very, I was gonna say a really stupid thing. I'm not normally very judgmental about games. No, I try not to judge a game up front, but I remember I played this game through twice, and this is really just to confirm once and for all how I feel about this game. It's called Home. Oh my god, they added achievements to it after the last time I played it. Fucking seriously. I don't know what Benjamin Rivers has gone on to do after this, but your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and a complete home in a single setting. It's not an hour and a half long. It is not. All I remember that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. And we're in. That's right, spacebar interacts. That house. Where was I? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of warm. Okay. Oh, kitty. Resident Evil door interstitials, yep. This game is old. This game has been around for a long, long time. Desk had a computer and some papers on it, a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? So this, oh, you know what? Audience participation. This game has a bunch of choices you can make in it. Went on to make a game called Worse Than Death. Oh my god. When we get choices, I'm going to ask you guys to decide. Because I've already played through this game twice. And I want you guys to make our fate. Because I think that will be particularly illustrative of this game's issues. Did I open the drawer? Yes. I'm just gonna take the first person who replies. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Look like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. If that man died in the hallway, what was the blood doing there? I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? So while I'm here, let me check something. Yeah, I've done 2 playthroughs of this game, and I have a total of 100 minutes logged in it. So it should take about 50 minutes to do a full playthrough. Probably if we're doing the audience participation thing. Help the poor mouse, yes. And there he goes. Surely he will save us from the Ice Queen later. A collection of rusty tools. These look like they've seen a lot of use and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? It's an odd place to keep yard tools. What would they have been used for in here? I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? It's kind of a dumb question, but I gotta ask. Push the button. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Something must have opened somewhere. Now, it's been long enough since I played this game that I don't actually remember what that did. I might have never known what it did. Hopefully whatever it is on this floor. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Now, I will say this game has really good atmosphere. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. How long had this been here, rotting? The man upstairs didn't look like he'd been dead a long time. A black and white photo. Looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guess. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Believe it or not, all these answers matter. Do. I like that he actually calls out that there's no reason for him to keep it. I don't remember in general how much guidance the game gives you for these things. Like, I know it seems like they want you to pick one thing here. Hey, free photo. Yes. I slipped the photo in my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Head downstairs. I honestly like how abrasive the sound effects are in this game. Like, they're loud, they're oppressive. I look like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn. There was mud caked all over my shoes. Can I look at myself again? Have I been sleepwalking again? What was that? Was that how I got to that house? Yeah, I think you can. I guess you can interact with everything twice. Bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wondered if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning, or him. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. It seemed odd that the tray had been left there, considering how clean the rest of the bathroom was. The front door is blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. It's a desk and a cabinet, and dude bro cannot get that out of his way. The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. I gave the door a hard shove, and to my surprise, it cracked open. You know what? I'm not sure I've ever been in here. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Key card, locker, last one, I promise. Didn't make much sense at the time. The smell of old food and dishes was sickening. I got an achievement, cause and effect. So that mouse that we freed earlier was under the table. And now I just ran off. So that was it. A clue about a key card. The switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. This might be a Raccoon City housing development. I don't know. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. I wonder if it ate cheese. We could have used it to bribe a ghost or something. Maybe I'd found a way out. I must have moved it, right? I don't know if this one's an actual choice. I must have moved it. Surely I moved it, right? Or did I? Is that the plot twist? Yes. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. I'm just going to say yes. I'm pretty sure we have to do this. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind and a lot of traffic. Whatever this place was, it was obviously used a lot. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. The guy upstairs must have done this, but what was his interest in the water tower? Some of the markings matched the scribbles I saw on the bookshelf upstairs. Newspaper clippings from local paper. They were all about murders in the town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first. I need to see what else was down there. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? This, as you might imagine, might make a difference. No. I didn't even want to touch the thing. Better I left it right where it was. Work table. Wait, do you get to do the choice again? You do, apparently. That's interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna click on choice stuff twice in a row. Probably just shoot yourself if you do. It's so dark down there and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper, covered with what looked like names. A gamer's basement. What's up, Spellbot? They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. EGSSUX. Oh, you can't screenshot in this game. Oh, well. None of it made any sense to me. Oh, I did. Oh, for fuck's sake. So I hit the screenshot button. Nothing happened. I scrolled on, and then it screenshotted the next text page. Womp womp. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes the woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? I wondered, what would I have found if I had dug deeper? Some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that. Did they? The smell in that room was like old grease and rot. I wasn't getting any closer to finding anything useful. Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. The slight fumes that still emanated from the cans made me dizzy. As you see, this game is mostly about interacting with stuff and getting the descriptions. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. That place was getting worse all the time. I knew I had to keep moving. Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? If I was scared before, I was terrified now. Why were there photos of our house there and these clothes? Was that why I was there? I checked my back pocket and realized my wallet was missing. Did I come to that house or did somebody bring me? Goodwill has been here. Run! Bats. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. We'll come back to that. Bats are, I know, bats are super cute. I trust y'all heard that. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Did I take it? Holy shit, you guys. We are 15 followers away from 300. Yeah, there is that missing ladder. Can't discount that. So yeah. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. Yeah, I don't think you really get a choice about this one. I do like this scene. I think this is really cool. Coupled with that whisper you get when you first enter the room. Like I said, this game does atmosphere really well. I have the rope now. There must have been a use for it around somewhere. So yeah, I know I haven't really talked about this before, but our next follower goal, there must be a cask around here. Delicious Amontillado. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? I'm just gonna say yes. This is the only way to progress, as far as I know. I could hear a faint hum and the smell from before started to get worse. So yeah, at 300 followers, what I'm planning on doing is something I'm calling a primetime week. The last 2 follower goals we've hit, I've done like an 8-hour primetime stream. What I want to do at 300 is I'm going to take a couple half days from work, and in theory, I'm not going to confirm this yet, but ideally what I like to do is, in addition to the normal streams, do afternoon streams as well. A week-long stream sounds a bit much, but cool. You wish. I wish I had the fortitude for that. No, so on all my streaming days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, in addition to doing the evening streams, do streams from like 1 to 4 p.m. Pacific. So that way, y'all get double the streams for that week, if you can make it. And it's also a way for me to get a better idea of how much of my audience I'm missing by not streaming during more normal hours for my time zone. So, short version is more streams. But also kind of like it has a purpose, a utility for us to see, so I can kind of see like where our audience is. And I mean, every time I do a primetime stream, I pick up a bunch more followers because people that don't normally get to see the stream get to see it. A bunch of old newspapers pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave in. I want nothing more than get out of there. Like, you have to admit, that's pretty good. My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. It was lucky I found that. Who knows what it would have happened if I had jumped down. I guess you can choose to jump down the broken ladder. I've never tried it. I assume you fuck yourself up pretty bad. Still is all I could do to not have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those terrible tools. What the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at the sound. As I peered ahead into the dark of the next room, I worried that I should have taken that gun I saw. But me with a gun? There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet and there was grass smeared within it. Odd, there was similar dirt on my own shoes. So Arrow says this way. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Okay, so this is the exit. The machine just cut off. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? We passed on the gun. Do we pass on the blood-soaked knife? I'd honestly be interested to see if a daytime audience exists. Seems like everyone's at work and the top streamers are always running in the evenings. That's what I'm curious about as well. I watch a lot of streamers during the day, and I watch some really big ones. Like right now, I'm heavy on Mario Maker streams. So I watch dudes like Grand Pooh Bear and Barbarous King, and like Barbarous King starts at like. He starts at something ridiculous like 8 a.m. Eastern. So he's kind of wrapping up his morning stream when I catch him at like 8 or 9 a.m. Pacific. And then Grand Pooh Bear streams from I think around 10 or 11 o'clock Pacific until pretty late, like 4 or 5 p.m. He streams for like 6 or some. Also, 1 p.m. Pacific is 8 p.m. over here, so you might get more of a European audience. Yes. I am aware of that. My good buddy Tino, who runs Badweed, he streams for my time zone from about noon to like 3 or 4 p.m. Pacific. So, which is great for me. It's one of the reasons I was able to find him. So, Zetsubo-san says, "Take the knife." I will take the knife. Somehow the knife seemed a better idea than the gun in that tunnel. All right. You're a trash Bob. Place will be bricks. I hope y'all are okay right now. That was a bit of a thing. The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. This one is not, though. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? So this is going to be a general question, because I'm pretty sure we're going to find more than one valve. Do you want to turn them? Okay. I don't know if that actually worked or not. Actually, hang on. All valves must be fondled. Okay, well, we have a directive then. Let me go back for a second, because there might be like a clue. There might be a clue up the ladder. There might be a clue through the exit door. Because I don't think we can actually leave yet. I think the valves are necessary. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage. There are rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Do we want a videotape? Stuck in the garbage. Do you like videotapes? Hell yes. Trash tape. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Anything else in here? I did not want to keep digging through this mess. Alright, so that's not what I was looking for. Alright, we'll try the exit door. I'm pretty sure there's a puzzle with the valves. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Alright, so yeah. That's what the valves are for. So I already turned one once. So I'm not going to offer you guys an option for turning the other valves because it's obvious we have to turn them in a specific way. And I need to find whatever guidelines there are for that. 3, 4... I mean, maybe I just turn all of them? I feel like this should be instructions, but... Okay, so you keep turning them until the background sound effect ends. Until you get that clunk. There we go. So that should have done it. Let me check one again real quick. Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Okay, cool. Through the dust I can see handprints from previous use, probably from whoever worked in these sewers. So that should have cleared the way. Yes, we're good. Tromp, 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 tromp. Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There's a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Y'all want a rancid key? I mean, we could probably wash it up. Of course. Of course. Stupid question. Stupid question. Pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped I had no idea what it might open. I'm actually going to go back up. It might open that one door that was locked. Because if I remember correctly, we've only encountered one locked door so far. Door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Okay. There's no inventory system in this game that I can recall. So it's not for that. Fortunately, moving around in this game is pretty straightforward. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? Faded paper was yellow and dusty, but there it had obviously been wiped off recently. The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Well, it won't let me unlock it. We do have a key, though. There's a camera. There's blood. I found another dead body, a sewer worker. At least give us a key didn't fit message. I know, right? By the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? I mean, this is another yes, isn't it? We've passed like 3 locked doors, and then it's like, hey, do you want a key ring? How do you feel about key rings? I wonder if he would have been shot if we'd taken the gun instead. Interesting question, Cornuto. That's actually a very interesting question. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. I was feeling even more sick from seeing another dead man. I didn't want to get any more blood on my clothes. So again, we'll backtrack a little bit. We'll see if any of these locked doors open. I used the key ring to unlock the door. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. Looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. I wondered what was on the tape and why it was thrown out. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wonder what was on that tape, that VHS tape I found. Did I play the tape? We can put our one key on the key ring. I feel really silly pausing for this one, but this is viewer choice. Oh no! The video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been 2 men. I couldn't stand to watch that video again. Alright. So it was a video of that one guy getting attacked. So that's why that one video was thrown out. There was another door, wasn't there? I'm sorry, I know this is kind of annoying, but I don't remember if I ever got in this room. I tried a bunch of the keys on the keyring I had found on the sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. That room didn't seem like much of a place for drinking. What was the point? The wall was littered with dozens of old faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies had been found in ravines in the forest, in one case dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. Secretly under a pizza place. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of these same articles had also been pasted up back in those tunnels. Did that sewer worker find this room? Is that why he was killed? A faded receipt was half trampled on the floor. It was from the local train station and was for 2 tickets. I didn't know what use it could be, but did I keep the receipt? Now, we've gone through a significant amount of effort to find this. To be presented with the choice to take this receipt or leave it. Always keep your receipts. I neatly folded the soiled receipt and slipped it in my front pocket. Alright. Tax time is just around the corner. Y'all so pragmatic. That gave me some serious chills. Also, other people's dirty receipts you find on the floor. Hey, I mean, if you can get deductions on your own taxes with them, why not? You might have noticed by now, this game is pretty... It's not heavy on jump scares, but the ones that it uses are pretty powerful. The soiled knife I carried in my boot weighed heavily upon my mind as my leg ebbed with pain. As I made my way up the ladder, I thought again on the videotape. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those newspaper clippings away in that locked room? Part of me almost wished I would never find out. As I reached the top of the ladder, I found a latch above me and tactlessly popped it open. Suddenly, I caught the unexpected dank scent of pine trees. This is where I'm supposed to go. What do they think tactlessly means there? Maybe carelessly is what they actually meant. God damn it, I should check that way first. I like the perspective from which this game is shown. I like how zoomed in it is. I like how limited your view is. I forgot you can put your little light up. Have to get going. I'll find out whether we were killing all along when I get back from work. Have a good stream. Thanks, Cornudo. Thanks for coming by. And remember, Final Fantasy Legend tomorrow night. Definitely don't want to miss that. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewer as it fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had becoming strangely chilly. So I'm going to go back for a sec. Just to see if there's anything over here. There is something over here. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around those tunnels underneath that man's house has scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed to various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Oh, okay. Hang on. Quick question. I think the game branches here. I think we can go through the woods or we can go through that door. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm going to check. Because we went to the trouble of getting the key for this door. And now we can go in here. Take the path leading to the kart racer. Oh, if only. Okay, so this leads to a building. The old train station. Quiet as a tune, the only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. We might have to go through the woods anyway. I don't remember. An old ticket booth that looked fairly ruined. Inside the ticket window were sheets of paper and wait, what were these? Train receipts? I thought the receipt I had picked up might match these, but of course not. The station had been closed for years. The ticket must have been for the newer station that opened up on the other side of town, after this one was abandoned. However, I noticed a series of fresher-looking paper covered in tiny notes, scribbles, and diagrams. It looked like someone had been leafing through the old ledgers looking for something. A name, perhaps? Yeah, this might be a side area. I had honestly kind of forgotten how long this game was. An old mapping case and glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked. And the notes I found on the other bookshelf, his notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? The sorry condition of that place seemed sad somehow, but also ominous. Or maybe not. Maybe he just took a shortcut. I don't remember. This is one thing about this game I do not remember. Okay, no, it's just here. In the torn opening of that ruined train were heaps of dirt and stale water. At the bottom, I thought I saw a scrap of cloth. As I looked closer, I could see that there was definitely some kind of nylon, maybe a windbreaker or some other outdoor clothing. There was too much of a mess on the ground to see any kind of footprints, but someone or something had definitely trod a regular path. The wind was biting through my thin clothes, and I wasn't sure what else to make of the place. I love those little eyes that appear periodically. Alright. So yeah, we need to go back to the woods. Well, that was a fun diversion. We did a little urbexing. Alright. The woods are a bit of a maze, if I remember correctly. There might be stuff hidden in here. Dry old picnic table sat lonely amongst the trees. It had carvings and marks from years of previous campers. As I tried to read some of the names and the marks, I idly thumbed the knife I'd found. If I wanted to, I could have carved something on the table. Did I? Do we want to graffiti the table with our blood-stained knife? What a question. Found 2 dead bodies. Escaped from a spooky house through tunnels decorated with, like, serial killer shit. Picked up a bloody knife. Wandering through the woods in the middle of the night. It's like, do you want to carve something in this table? Is this a thing? Right, Kilroy was here. With a few crude strokes, I etched a simple design in the wood. R+H. I felt like a teenager defacing the table. The path ended a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross like this. Did I cross it? It's like Oregon Trail. Do we dare ford the river, or do we wait for the ferry to return in like 6 weeks? I wonder how many people have streamed Oregon Trail, like the original. Okay, we say no. In that darkness, it didn't seem wise to try. Maybe there's another option. Like, I imagine you could probably do it on emulator. I might look that up after I finish tonight's stream. Through the fence, I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wonder if I could find my way around. I think that's where we're supposed to go. Usually when we get those unavoidable dialogue boxes. Oh, shit, I'm gonna get lost in these woods. Spooky noises. There's a fire pit there. It's still a bit warm, and a few embers still burned at the bottom. 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a couple of cans of beer spilled on the ground. The cheap dome tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside, and I could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and a cooler. I felt like if I kept rooting through the campsite, someone would walk in on me. Well, let's keep rooting. Whoever was here left this place in a hurry, but why? Was someone else out in these woods? Why did they abandon their campsite? Oh, I think this is the outbuilding we were trying to get into. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. Odd thing to notice. There wasn't much in the way of clean water there, but the sink did work. There was a damp-smelling plank leaning against the stall door. I might have been able to cross the river with it. I'm just going to take this. I managed to carry the plank under my arm so it didn't get in the way. I don't think we can progress unless we take this plank. Much like the rope and the other stuff. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I'd finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I'd never wanted to return there. Actually, why don't we go back and see what we can do if we can cross the river? It was the middle one. And then... now it's the outbuilding. And then this one. Despite the way this game presents itself, I do not think there are alternate paths through it. I think you always go through the same areas. And stuff like this leads to side areas. Two bodies, two young women, were half dug into a hasty, shallow grave between the trees. The younger-looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. They deserve better than this. Did I clean up the gravesite? Do we want to rebury these poor women? Pretty macabre question that I posed to you all. Yes. I tried to cover them up a bit more, and I closed the younger woman's eyes. I fashioned a crude marker. It seemed better than leaving them the way they were. Were these girls the owner of the campsite? What were they doing way out here? Did I cross back? Of course I did. What a dumbass question. We will never get anywhere in this game if we don't. Okay, now I have to remember how to get back. It's this one, and then there's the outbuilding. And then that goes the outbuilding. I think we actually managed to explore everything in the woods, as far as I know. I almost clawed my way through the gate to be out of that hateful forest. The image of that shallow grave was still fresh in my mind. Those two women had obviously been camping in there before they'd been killed, but I hadn't found any clues as to who had done it or why. I shrugged off the thought. I still had so far to go, and I was getting cold and tired out there. If I remember correctly, there are 2 areas left. So we're going to go a bit over time tonight, but like they said, it's worth it to complete this game in a single sitting. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I'd worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. I have no idea what that burbling noise is. Is this open? Squeak. I hate that. Okay, so we're in the factory, so let me go back outside and see what was on that alternate path. Jingle jangle. Oh, look! Not another victim. I took it from his uniform there was a security guard there. Just doing his job. His head had been severely beaten and his face was covered with blood. He looked like his head had been viciously beaten in with something. I couldn't stand to look. Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. It was mine! I bought it on a trip out west with Rachel. I barely went a day without wearing it. It didn't look like it worked anymore. It was heavy. Did I take back my watch? How do you suppose his watch ended way out here? I have no idea what this burbling noise is in the background. It's interesting. Like, it's pretty good for setting the tone, but it is weird. I'm just gonna say my answer to all these questions will always be yes. Okay. So I will pause to ask these questions, but if nobody else speaks up, I'll just default to yes on them. Even though it no longer ran, I clasped the watch around my wrist. Did I bury my watch here? I must have. Who else would have done it? Who else indeed? Obviously. Obviously I buried my watch here. Alright. One of the lockers hung open, its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Old work clothes had been picked through, and a few photos and notes had been ripped off the door and spread around. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. I think this door is locked shut, and there's a little electronic box on the handle. A sign was pasted at the front that said, "Danger, closed for repairs." Alright, so I think we have to hit 5 breakers or power boxes or whatever. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotten. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. Now, I will say when we get to the end of this game, there's going to be a couple more choices that you guys are going to have to make. I don't want to make them myself because I know what happens when you pick some of them. The board contained yellowed clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Norman took over a general store after the factory closed. He, Rachel, and I would get lunch every now and then. Rachel liked him because he seemed more positive despite the setback. I don't think I could say the same about me. So finally, we're getting a little bit of background on this character here. Power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Yeah, so we're just going to get all the power running. Locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. That woman's photo, I knew I had to get back to Rachel to find out what happened. Okay. It was shut tight. There was a rusty-looking card slot on the side. So this is the door that we got a clue for, I think all the way back in the house. Something about the last locker or something? Don't remember specifically. Old break table, layered dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. Looked like some beer bottles had been used on the table recently. I wondered, was that guard using this as a break room of his own? Son of a bitch. He didn't even earn it. He didn't earn this break room. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. My head ached, and I recalled the last time Norman, Rachel, and I all had lunch together. Rachel seemed so much more at ease when we all hung out. Another panel. There we go. Utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There's a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Does anyone want to object? I'll give you a couple seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to take the hammer. This might be an item we need for puzzle, or might not. Might maybe yes, might maybe no. Do we take the hammer? I'm going to say yes. Anyone says no, speak now, or forever hold your pieces of game knowledge. Weird, obscure, indie horror games. This game is like... I think this game's like 7 or 8 years old. Zetsubo-san says, it's hammer time. Oh. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Love that screeching of metal. Locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. I'm taking the card. I slipped the key card in my pocket. From the musty smell, I assumed no one had used this locker for a long time. So now we can get into that door one floor down. You have to cycle this one all the way around, which I think is kind of dumb. June 2012. There you go. There we go. I believe that's all of them. Yeah. You can see that. You can hear that. You can see that. You can hear that big woo in the background. Oh, I think this is what the hammer's for. I struck with the hammer the old wooden boards covered easily. They don't even ask you about this one. After I removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. You'll obviously never need a hammer again, ever. This was my locker, there in the factory. It stank of booze. There's a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. This room was nothing but bad memories. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wonder if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. Maybe that guard outside caught him hiding up here. So, y'all can probably see where this is going. The key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use? Yeah, of course I fucking did. I slid the card through the old reader and turned the handle. There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Did I jump? He fixes the cable. I think this goes to a side area. I think this will drop us down into the locked room below that says it's closed for repairs. I don't think there's another way in there. So if you want to see what's in that room, I think this is how we do it. I don't think it's an alternate path out of the factory. I don't think there are any alternate paths in this game. I think the only things you have control over are the choices that you make. Whoosh. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. Alright. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily. It was hard to make out. Of course I tried to read the letter. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked like a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was need to. Just don't drinking. Need Norman. Who is Norman writing to? And I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of its smell, of its memories. Oh, this was an alternate way out. I couldn't stop thinking about that room with the bottles in it. Was that guard I found outside really drinking it up there? What about Norman? And who had rooted through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get to a road, get my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. His store wasn't that far from the turn-off of the factory, if I remember correctly. Okay. Factory door had locked itself behind me. That's dumb. Okay, I was wrong about that one. I was wrong. That was actually an alternate exit to the factory. I don't think I'd ever taken that one before. The sound design in this game is really clever. Like that was a really cool little detail there. The footsteps that are following you that don't follow you if you go backwards. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for the faint sound of a television. Okay, I was wrong. There's this area and then the final area. So we're getting there. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. It looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing there? A speck of something dark and wet stained one of the sleeves. There was a well-maintained gun cabinet here in Norman's room. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he kept a few hunting rifles. I knew Norman hunted occasionally, but I didn't know him to be such a collector. Blood. The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. I couldn't make out what was on the screen, but that glow just gave me the chills. Uh-oh. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been stabbed or something trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? Would anyone object to us closing Norman's eyes? Would any of you deny Norman this final fate? What kind of people are you in chat, anyway? Spellbot says closing. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. All 2 of us are cynical bastards. I'd never been to Norman's place before. At least I didn't remember ever doing so. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Did I? Did I dig through the trash? Are we going to be a trash person now? Our legs fucked up. We're covered in blood. We're carrying a knife around. Everyone around us is dead. Do we go rummaging through refuse? Get your raccoon on. Hey, Reaganomicon. Good to see you there. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. I think that was actually the right decision. We might need that. Actually, I should probably stop assuming I know things about this game, because I've already forgotten several things about it. I'm nihilistic, not cynical. Oh, I guess that's what we needed. We actually did have to go through the trash, because there's no floor above that. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Good old single-use adventure game items. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. Does that yes actually lead to anything bad in this game? You will see. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, y'all have been following along with this. This seems like a pretty decent horror game, right? Pretty good atmosphere, really good sound direction, decent writing, good mystery going, right? Well, let's get to the end of this. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. I wonder if someone had robbed the place before killing Norman upstairs. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. Oh, that's tragic. I could only think of poor Norman upstairs. I could only think I poured ice cream. Various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. Of all the postcards, that one seemed to be in the most popular. There are only a few left. I don't know why they keep mentioning the water tower. What else would I be forced to endure before the end? Seeing Norman up there dead, it turned my stomach just to think of it, but I couldn't put it out of my mind. How was he involved in all this? This was getting worse and worse. I was starting to feel incredibly vulnerable. As I stepped out in the rain, I realized how close I was to home. I hoped I would soon find my answers. I don't remember. You hear our guy limping, yeah? This wasn't the right gate. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. There we go. Gate was locked tight. The neighborhood's local post box. The letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Do we look at somebody else's mail? Are we that kind of person? I mean, yeah, we're covered in blood. Hells yeah. There was no return address, but the envelope was addressed to Norman. Carefully, I tore it open and looked at the letter inside. It read, "Stay away, she's mine." That was it. No signature, no other information. Hang on one sec. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if this is the right way or not. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. I don't know if this is the way we're supposed to go or not. I saw blood. I'd enter our backyard. We might have missed one or two side things, but I don't think it's really going to make much of a difference at this point. I'd enter our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding. It chilled me through my clothes. That's also kind of an asshole move because you don't know which door is yours, so if you do want to explore the area fully, you're not going to. I was expectant, but also afraid. Can I go back? I never did fix this gate. It was stuck. I needed to press on. There was no turning back at that point. A convenient excuse. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? The table was clean. It hadn't been used anytime recently. The door of the basement, it was locked. Where did I put the damn key? The front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out, though I needed to see if Rachel was here. The door Door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. I think I remember what we do about that. Our television. I'd purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. It seems like kind of a shitty thing to get angry about, though. Like, if you got a job, you want nice things, right? You want things to kind of take your mind off of work and whatnot. Nobody expects to lose their job, right? How dare you bring entertainment into our home? Maybe she was Amish. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remembered owning it, but not that edition. There was a suitcase on the bed. It was Rachel's. I remembered it from that trip we took out west. Did I open the suitcase? I'm gonna say yes. I wasn't sure what to make of the suitcase contents. Inside were a few days worth of clothes, some toiletries, and a train ticket. I checked the date and time. It matched the receipt I found back in those horrible sewers. What was this? Rachel? Who were you running away with? This wasn't getting me anywhere. I hope y'all are enjoying that wonderful background ambiance. Our hallway mirror had been smashed as pieces scattered around the floor. I couldn't really make myself out anymore. I wasn't sure I wanted to. I see blood. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. That old house was charming for sure, but it wasn't always easy. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. I've always wanted one of those. It seemed practical at times, but it was part of what made that house home. Roll credits. Or at least one of those like freestanding bathtubs that you put in the middle of the room and it's not like baked into the walls or whatever. My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yes. We need that. Laptop's warm. It was running for a while. Of course, he doesn't bother to put in power saving mode, close it, or anything reasonable. This guy's carbon footprint must be atrocious. Door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. I might have missed a key for this somewhere, but I don't think it's super important. I unlocked the basement door. All right, y'all pay attention. This is where I need you the most. This is gonna be important. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. I couldn't even remember our last Christmas. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Oh, yeah, I think I actually want this one. Because I think I can go back up. The grimy key I'd found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? I think we can assume yes. I lifted the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. Actually, I think we might have needed that. There's a really rough divide in this game between stuff that you need and stuff that you don't. It's kind of hard to tell one way or another. Looked like there was plaster and old trowel in here too. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. We had way too much junk. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we need that crowbar. Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? Yes. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? It says don't look on the wall. Uh-oh, don't look. Lots of blood. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. All right, here we go. A filthy-looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all I'd seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Now, based on everything we have experienced in this game so far, what if we didn't and we said we did? All right, I will tell you right now. I'm not going to spoil the ending. This isn't just a pile of old used underwear. The crotch is blown out by swamp nuts. I will tell you right now. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I will say there is a correct ending to this game. And these answers, these questions have correct answers. And if you don't give the correct answers, you get a really shitty ending. So everything we've done up to this point has been to kind of reveal the story to us, and now we have to prove that we found it. So the idea of this game is, if you just blast through the game, if you just like speed run to the end, and you get to this point, you're not gonna have any idea what's going on, and you're gonna get a crappy end that reflects that. But if you've done all this investigation, if you've been paying attention, you should be able to answer these questions, and you should be able to get an actual ending. So, that being said, I will pose the question to you again. Did we find our Rachel? The fate of our stream is in your hands. Next person to reply. I honestly don't remember. Anybody want to help Spellbot out? I got distracted for like 50% of this stream from buying. Okay, so do y'all want me to give the answers I think are correct? Because come on, Silent Sam, speak up. Okay, we'll say yes. All right, because again, not to spoil the ending, I played through this game twice. The first time, I kind of purposely gave the wrong answers and I got a really shitty ending. The second time, I tried to give the right answers and failed, and I got another really shitty ending. I played through this game twice, and I still have not seen the true ending in this game. Maybe we'll get it tonight, I don't know. But I'm gonna say yes, we found her. Oh no. My hands trembled as I pulled back of the layers of cloth. There at the center, under all the dirt and mess, was my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, and even through all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I had carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened, Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Wait, this keeps going? Wait, really? Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. No matter what, I needed some kind of escape. Wait, we need an escape now? This was the old photo of that other man and his wife, I assumed. I found it in that house. I recalled those faded remains I'd found deep underneath his house. What had he done there? What did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? Okay, so The first house we ended up in, with the dead guy and the bones in the basement, was he involved in this whole mess somehow? Yes. Definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, and the remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. Alright. Within the few broken pieces that remained of that mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. Perhaps I would never know how that mirror came to be broken. Was it by Rachel's assailant or by Rachel herself? The thought lingered and would haunt me forever. The reflection in that grim glass was only a shadow, a whisper. The quiet in that room unnerved me terribly. I still love the old-time charm of that clawfoot bathtub, though it seemed like cold comfort then. Rachel loved this part of the house. Okay, so I think we need to comb over the house again and find, like, there's gonna be questions posed. There's a key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through that door. It seemed to me there was probably Norman's, but if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? This one I'm not actually sure about. Zetsubo-san said no. No, somebody else was using that locker room. But who? Thank you, Zetsubo-san. I really appreciate this. Laptop had finally run out of power. I think that might have been one of the questions I screwed up last time. Oh, her suitcase is gone. I had already forgotten I started in that room. Alright. Zets should answer all of these. I've forgotten everything that happened. That's part of the problem with this game. It was the letter I had taken from the post box. Who had it out for Norman? Who sent him that letter? It must have been someone from the neighborhood, or at least somebody wanted it to look that way. I wasn't sure what to think. Did he murder Rachel? I think we know the answer to this one. No way. Norman had ended up dead himself. Whoever sent that threatening letter must have gotten to him. But who the hell was that? From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with for stupid things like buying this TV. Aw, womp womp. Life's so hard. My old office safe sat on the floor. It used digital passcode lock. Did I try to open it? I'm not sure I've ever tried this before. I don't know how relevant this is to the ending either. Yes. The save used an 8-digit code. What was that damn code again? I don't know. I don't know what I can't think of anything that we've encountered that would have... Can I put in letters for this? Okay, you can put in letters in this. The only 8-digit code, the only thing I can think of that would have been 8 digits or letters would be don't look. It does say digits though, you're right. It does say digits, so... 8 digits in hex. It won't let me exit out of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna try that because we gotta guess. I can't remember anything that actually had digits in it, and it won't let me exit out of this. So hopefully, if we do figure this out later, No, that wasn't it. Damn, I couldn't remember. Let me see if I can try it again. Meld off a safe sound on the floor is use a digital passcode lock. Okay, so you can't try to open it again. I'm just curious. Don't look. No, it wasn't it. Okay. We might. That might be a secret hidden deeper in the game that I never found. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back in the basement. Maybe. Let's. Well, there was nothing for. No. No, we're not doing that. I might have done that the first time. That might have been the option I took the first time I played this game. Is this the kitchen? I think I can check out the kitchen. There might be one more. There'd be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat or breakfast, at least not for us. Okay, yeah, there's nothing else to check in here. Okay. I think we're ready for the grand finale. I think. If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up the knife? The phrasing of this, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. This might be suicide if we pick it up. Are you sure? Yeah, give me. I'm not sure about this one. There were other means of dealing with this. Yeah. I think that was suicide. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back into that room again. I'd already seen too much. What? I need to put an end to the situation one way or another. Oh my God. Okay, so that's it. That's it. Okay, we either leave through the front door, maybe we can leave through the back door, or we pick up the knife. I think those are our only options. There might be an alternate if we could get the safe open, but I have no idea how to open that. It's probably one of those things where the numbers were hidden through the whole game, like on posters and stuff. So I can pick up the knife. I don't think I've ever done that in any of my playthroughs before. Should we put an end to this? Okay. We're doing it. If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up a knife? Yes. I took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. Oh. That's not the end of this. Does he take it to the bathroom? Is that what you're supposed to do? That's not the bathroom. Apparently you don't get the code from in-game. That kind of hacks me off a bit. The old claw-footed bathtub hadn't been cleaned nearly enough. Still, I'd probably do. If I wanted to, I could use that knife to finally end this. The question was, did I think I deserved it? Did I? Was this my fault? Did I deserve to die? I think we know the answer to this. A Fez puzzle. Those puzzles used to really hack me off. I'm gonna... Unless you guys really hate this option, I'm gonna say yes. I think this is the intended ending. I'm gonna wait for somebody to weigh in on this, because I think all we can do this, or we can leave through the front door. And I have left through the front door before. Was this my fault? Did I deserve to what? Did I? Why? Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I had tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I'd found in that house had something to do with all of this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I'd seemed to think otherwise. After making it out of those tunnels, I thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like two people. But who was it that attacked? The nearby forest especially brought back the terrible sensation of finding those half-dug bodies across the river. I would rest easier if I'd never entered another wood again. Whatever had happened, I knew at least that Norman wasn't the one that kept going back to that factory. I hoped it meant that he had nothing to do with that guard's violent end. But who had been rooting through those lockers or drinking in that boarded-up room? After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store. But all I had found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Damn, Norman, how did you get mixed up in all this? I know you weren't a perfect man, none of us are, but you didn't deserve this. Maybe whoever had done you in was responsible for the other murders that happened in that town. At the very least, I was convinced you and Rachel were killed by the same person. I sincerely hope you would find some peace, my friend. I knew I never would. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would be the end. And I guess in a way it did, but how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disoriented as when I sleepwalked. To think of it now, I guess I should have known from the terrible silence that greeted me when I first stepped into our house and stood there in the kitchen. There was no sound of television, radio, even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. I didn't know if I'd ever find the answers I craved, but I knew that somehow that other man I'd found was responsible for this. If not directly, he must have had a hand in Rachel's death. So what was I doing in that damned house of his? Had I found out? Had I killed him? My damn condition made it difficult to know. Memories and time frames were always a mess, and I could never be sure. Knowing that man was dead, though, was cold comfort. My wife was gone, and no matter what happened to me now, I was lost forever. I put the knife down and drew a long, warm bath. Slipping into the tub, I was surprised with how calm I felt. I heard it was like going to sleep if you did it right. So I held my arm. Okay. So, this is my issue with home. I played through this game 3 times now. Every time I played it, I've found more and more details about what happened. The story itself has become clearer and clearer. Home is dedicated to my wife, Nancy. Watch your back. But all 3 times I've beaten it, I've gotten an inconclusive ending. And that's my problem with this game. Like, it has plenty of build-up. It has... I'm just going to leave it on the screen. It has a good build-up. It establishes an interesting mystery. It's got excellent sound design. Gameplay it's a walking sim. It's a proto-walking sim. Side-scrolling walking sim. You walk around, you interact with things, you answer yes or no questions. There are maybe like 1 or 2 alternate paths you can take. We took an alternate path out of the factory. Excuse me. But yeah. Once you get to the ending, it tries to wrap everything up based on what you've experienced. But even after that, even after finding all those clues and picking up all those items, interacting with everything, I feel like that we had a pretty clear idea what was going on. Like, I mean, seems pretty obvious we are the monsters here. Like, our, like, sleepwalking, drinking, trauma, all of that led to some murderous intent. Like, that dude, like, we woke up in that first dude's house, right? That dude didn't kill himself. Right? Like, we knew all about those tunnels all throughout the place. You know, we knew all about the woods, and we knew about the old plant. There were plenty of clues about strife with Rachel, arguments with her, you know, difficulty once dude guy lost his job. I feel like it was incredibly obvious this guy killed his own wife. And that ending, like, it seems like that was what was intended, because I have taken the leave through the front door ending twice now. Once with basically no clues, and once with most of the clues we just found. And he's just like, well, I guess we'll never know what happened. And here again, like, all that effort, all that time spent, and we take the hard way out, which seems like he's punishing himself. And even then, it's the, well, guess we'll never know what happened ending. So, I feel like Home is an interesting game the first time you play it. But I also feel like it's inevitably going to end in disappointment. Not only because of the ending, but because by the end, you're going to realize at no point during that game were you in any danger whatsoever. There are no enemies in Home. There are no threats. You can't die, except self-inflicted at the end. So after your first playthrough, you're going to have no answers whatsoever. You're barely going to get an ending. And you're going to realize that this horror game is all bark and no bite. But you got to play it again if you want more resolution. I've played this 3 times now. I still don't have resolution. So, there you go. That's why I preface this with, we're playing a bad horror game tonight. It could have been good, but I think it tried to be way too clever with its ending. I think it plays its cards way too close to its chest, and I think the vast majority of players that go through this game are going to end with a big pile of disappointment. So, anyway, we went significantly over time tonight. That's okay. Let me look at these achievements. They did not have these achievements originally. So I got 4. I got cause and effect for the mouse. I got escape route for checking the travel plans somewhere. Grim discovery was for finding Rachel dead. And then a warm place was for the ending that we did get. We missed... Interesting. Okay. So we could have found our wallet. That was one. We could have found more information about the woods. We could have figured out specifically what happened in the woods. We could open the safe. There was something that we could have done with the gun, judging by this extremely vague, this very vague achievement. There's an achievement for picking up nothing, just shooting straight through the game. And then I think there's an achievement for saying, no, this isn't Rachel, when you find her in the basement. I did that my first time, and the game just basically ends. He's like, no, this isn't right. This isn't what happened. And then there's 2 more endings. You can end the story in the kitchen, but it looks like you need the gun for that. It's another ending. And you can end your story by leaving. I'm kind of wondering if there is even an ending with an actual resolution now. Because there's no achievement for it. Unless... I don't know. Unless ending it by in the kitchen or by leaving actually affects the ending that you get. I'm pretty sure by ending by leaving, you just kind of give up. And you're like, I'm not going to think about this anymore. Whatever. So maybe you're supposed to end it. I don't know. I feel like I have expended enough brain power on this game. I played it for an hour and a half total. Wait, that can't be right. No, I played for an hour and a half tonight. Really? How much have I played this? I played this for almost 3.5 hours at this point, and I still don't have an actual ending, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. Anyway, that's home. Expect a review of this one in the coming weeks after I pen an Eldritch review. Not an Eldritch review, but a review about the game Eldritch. So yeah. Anyway, to those of you that stuck it out for the full 3 hours and 45 minutes tonight, thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for your help getting through home and getting at least a better ending than I've gotten on my previous attempts. So, yeah, we did some cool stuff tonight. Anodyne 2 is off to a really good start. I fucking love Merchant of the Skies. I might stay up super late tonight and just play that. Potentially. And then, yeah, we revisited Home, which is something I've been meaning to do for a while. Shame it still sucks, but womp womp. This game actually has mostly positive reviews. I guess people didn't really mind not getting a conclusive review ending. Normally I don't, but it seems like this entire game was built around resolving the mystery, and I feel like I knew what the result was, and the game never really, allowed it. So that's part of my problem with it. But I'll outline all that in the inevitable review. So. All right, quick reminder for those of you that are hanging out. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Pacific, Final Fantasy Legend, continuing that. Really looking forward to that. That might be my favorite thing I'm streaming right now. Monday. I'll post about this in Discord too, since not a whole lot of people are hanging out right now. We're going to finish The Missing, J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories. That's probably not going to take very long. We might go ahead and start the next full playthrough game that we're gonna play, and I will announce that later. Wednesday, we're gonna be playing Canarium. I'll link that to you in case you've never heard of it. It's a short-ish. It's actually on sale right now. It's a short-ish, heavily Lovecraft-inspired cosmic horror walking sim that I've been meaning to check out for a while. I'm gonna review this year. And then next Friday, we'll just see what we got. So, yeah. That's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I appreciate it, as always. Thank you so much for the follows, the subscriptions, the wonderful company that you always provide, even if you are cynical bastards, some of you. All two of you. All right, guys. I will see you this time tomorrow night, actually. I'll see you at 10 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. Yeah. Y'all take care. I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.